Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty.
Hey folks, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I hope you are doing well. Thank you, Wisdom, so much for the sub. I'll catch up with that in a second and lighting up the pink rocket ship. I'm a little bit late starting today because I messed up and I made a promise and I didn't keep it, so I owe Mr. Collane a big apology. I have a keyboard of his to build here, which is very special, and I promised him I'd desolder the PCB. Didn't have time to desolder the PCB this week for a million reasons, and I plan to desolder it today before the stream. And unfortunately, my trusty old Hecko is a little worse for wear. The end here is blocked, and despite me having the tool to try and free it up and spending some time with that today, it is not unclogging, unfortunately. So I need a new tip. And I have to order that, and I don't have the parts here. So I've ordered them. Well, I have the website all open with the list and the order ready to go. I will process that after the stream, and hopefully we will build the board we're planning to build tonight next week on stream, as long as parts arrive in time and I can desolder the PCB. PCB is just over there. I tried it on one switch, and it's a very, very flexible PCB. You can see, where did I start? You can see just here it was starting to burn the PCB a little bit. I was trying so hard. So we're not doing that today. We're going to pivot and we're going to do something else, which is why I'm a few minutes late. So Mr. Collane, heartfelt apologies. We will get your board on stream. I don't want to spoil the surprise of it, so I'm not going to show it today. But we will build it next week because it is incredibly special, and I'm really, really excited for it. So we'll show that next week and we'll build it next week, and I'll have the PCB sorted. So really, really apologize for that. But in good news, Mr. Collane, you did come first because you said, "Why, hello there, chat." And on my screen, that is the first comment. So congratulations for coming first today, Mr. Collane. Captain Reed's here as well. He's second. He says, "Hype for tonight's build." I don't actually know what we're going to... I've got two choices, so I might let chat choose what we do. But I've pivoted, and I have two options, and we'll maybe let chat choose in a little bit which we do. Wisdom, thank you so much for the gift subs, dude. Thank you so much for that. Lighting up that pink rocket ship again. I'll catch up with all the subs as well. I think there's quite a few. I don't want to lose chat, so I'll catch up with those in a second. Rue is here as well. Good evening, Rue. I hope you're doing well. Captain Reed, good evening. Infiltration says hello. Infiltration, was good to meet you yesterday. Thank you so much for coming to the meetup. Mr. Gimp subscribed for 33 months as well and lit up that pink rocket ship. Thank you so much for 33 months of subs, dude. It was lovely to have a chat with you yesterday at the Bristol meetup, so thank you very much for that. Don't you? It's just going to be more awesome when you build it. You can tease us and come back to it whenever. I do have one thing I can tease with if you're interested. Like, I have the cards from Salopian. They included this, but there is a little something extra. Well, first of all, there was a note saying for me saying, I hope me and the family are well. This is board for. Oh, maybe I should hide that a little bit. With some details on there and best wishes. Now, I'm not going to show this directly, but there is a little hint of what's to come. That's all you're getting, though. That is all you're getting. Just a little hint of what's to come from Salopian Seracode. Just that bit there. There, that's enough. I'm showing too much. But I'm really sad we won't be able to build a board today, but Salopian did a great job on it. It's over there. We will build it next week as soon as I've got this desoldered, and I just need to wait for the parts. The challenge with this PCB is I don't want to do it with the old copper stuff, the copper coil stuff, because the PCB has like so many flexible cuts to it. Like it's just so fragile. I want to be really secure, and I don't want to be pressing on in different places and creating different weights. So I'm not going to go with the whole the copper reel and try and get the solder off that way. I want the gun to work. So that's the plan. But yes, we're good. No board tonight. We're going to do something different. I'm really sorry, Salopians or Pex. Unfortunately, no, because of my own inadequacy, and I feel really shit about it. Because I did look at the PCB earlier on in the week, and I thought I can't do that because I have to pack for the meetup that was yesterday. So I did that instead, and figured that I'd just come to the workshop for about 5 o'clock today, so I had time to do the desoldering before the stream. And then I spent like an hour and 20 minutes just trying to get the desoldering iron working, and well, here we are. So that's where it is. Hungry Hannah, thank you so much for 24 months in a row. Thank you so much for 2 years of subs. And that is the pink rocket ship lit back up for you. Happy second PT birthday. So congratulations. If you ask nicely, he might tease it. I mean, I did do a little bit of a tease there. I mean, I'm not sure how much more I can tease. Maybe if I do that, maybe that teases a little bit more. And maybe if I do that teases a little bit more. But that's kind of all I want to tease for now. That's kind of all I want to tease. So yeah. Next week, yeah, okay, we'll get it done next week. I just need the new replacement tip to come. It's the internal barrel that's inside the FR301 that has become blocked and won't unblock. So, can we officially draft another day into the standard weekend? I am so tired. Yes, please. Tease it. I'll be gentle, don't worry. Infiltration says that's the only way to enjoy a holiday. Yeah, enjoy your holiday, Mr. Collane. Enjoy your holiday. Troy Jem is here as well. I have to leave at 8:30, so it'd be nice to see it again. I'm not going to show the board because I don't want to like tip everyone off PEX, but I will show it next week. I will get it next week. I really apologize, but it's more opportunity to advertise your services. So maybe as an apology, what I'll do is I'll leave this so it's visible all stream. When we flick over to this camera, it's going to be visible right there. Like, there you go. We'll just leave that in place. I'll tidy up my tools now. Who else is in chat? Get that man out of Yorkshire. Oh, because he said AO. I see. Nana Rippy's here as well. Thank you so much for the 20% discount. I bought the light blue Sebas now to find keycaps. Nice. Yeah, we will be shipping out the orders from the weekend tomorrow. I'll talk about that in a minute, but yeah. I worked bank holiday and got it transferred to tomorrow. Oh no. Out with Yorkshire, only if going to Mexico. Yorkshire's great. Yorkshire's fantastic. Angry Swan, thank you so much for 43 months of subs. Fresh out of pithy sub messages. Well, that'll do. That's pithy enough, I think. Jehovah, thank you so much for 11 months, almost at your PT anniversary. Congratulations. Thank you so much for that. I've lost chat. Mr. Gibbs says, super envious. I finished work around 8ish after driving back from Bristol and then ended up rebuilding a system remotely at 7 this morning. Wow. Like, Bristol was amazing yesterday, but it was a really long day. Me and my missus, we set off about 6:30 yesterday morning to get to the Bristol meetup. We arrived about 40 minutes early, which was good because it gave us time to set up and do things like that, which was good. And then we were at the Bristol meetup from about just before 12 until 5:30, and then we drove straight home. And I think we got home last night about 10:30, something like that. I didn't check the time, but it was probably about that. So it was a really, really long day. 9 or 10 hours of driving, with a few stops included. But yeah, it was a really, really long day. Really long day. True Blaze is here as well. Wisdom says, Jay, thanks so much for sponsoring the meetup. I hope you enjoyed it and like the photos prints I did for you. I did. Yes, I do have those photos. They are in my car still. I haven't unpacked my car yet. I literally just took the keyboard case out because I wanted to have the craze on my desk for the stream tonight. Other than that, everything else is still in the car, but I will get to it tomorrow. So thank you so much. Wisdom was very kind and took some pictures and printed them out live at the meetup, which was really, really cool. So thank you very much for that. Wouldn't be a J stream if it didn't fail during setup. I'm sure that's true. Yeah. Trojan, 60 months of subscriptions, dude. How on earth have you managed 5 years of subs? But thank you so much for lighting up that pink rocket ship, dude. I appreciate every single time you're on stream. So thank you so much for that. You cry. I'm sorry, Salopian. I'm sorry. I'm sure Chloe will make you feel all better. That Hako looks like an IKEA ray gun. Yeah, it's a really cool piece of kit. It's not the best desoldering gun I've ever had. I actually gave the best ones I've ever had to, I think it was JQ and Tink, actually, I gave them to. But yeah, it's pretty good. Filio Fish is currently on a 30 stream streak. Dude, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your life here? No, thank you. Nothing worse than a Sunday tip failure. Yeah. Was I the last one to use it? I hope it wasn't me. I'm sure it wasn't Rue. I think it's the tool that you use. I don't you know, it's fine. It just needs some replacement parts. The parts are wear and tear. They just need replacing every now and again. I'll get it sorted. Wisdom again, thank you so much to. I've caught up with chat to where you gave the gifts up, so thank you so much for that, and congratulations to Bagri, Quant, Matt2, Shiny Trash Can, and Dano1. Welcome to the SPC. If you go to our Discord server and you have your Discord and Twitch accounts linked in the Discord settings, you might see a new channel has popped up for you, and yeah, you are welcome to join the SPC. If you want to know what SPC stands for, you do have to subscribe and you do have to join. Look, see at the edge of the board. You want to see the edge of the board? I can try and do something. I'm trying to not show it on stream here. Let's go to the overhead cam, and I will try and do a sneaky tease of maybe just an edge. It's going to come in at the bottom of the screen here. Just a sneaky tease at the bottom of the edge there, and I'll give you just the top side of the tip. Just the top side of the tip. And that's the internals, but I'm not going to show you the outside. It is incredibly good. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's an amazing piece of work. Like I unboxed it and I was kind of blown away, but I don't want to show it until I'm showing the whole thing, until I'm like going through all of the parts and everything else. So yeah. Duodot says good evening, except for Leclerc. Man, the F1 today. Like I didn't get to watch it live because I sort of did. I was out for dinner with my wife and I asked them if they'd put it on behind the bar, and they did, which was very nice of them. But I had no audio, so I was kind of like catching up and trying to like as I was talking to the missus. But yeah, I did try and watch it. So yeah. I was thinking KKB Glacier or KKB Cinque Terre, and then waiting for GMK Finer Things out too. What about Masterpiece? That's in group buy right now. You can pick that up. But if you do make any order at all during the stream tonight, the discount is that you will get a free desk mat. So why did that type? Because I'm not in the box. Where did I type that? I don't know. But yeah, there's the details. Discount, free desk mat. Any order that's placed within the start of the stream at just before 8 p.m. and the end of the stream at all on the website, group buys or in stock or whatever, I'm going to add a note to put a free desk mat in it. So even if you order a group buy item during the stream, we will chuck a free desk mat in it, and you'll get that desk mat when the order ships. Nice and simple, nice and easy. Okay. Apparently we have a new emote that we can get, so there you go. Gemma, good evening, my dear. I hope you're doing well. Tease, he's such a tease. I like to tease things. You know, teasing is good. Teasing the tip of your keyboard is good. Clacky Keeps is here as well, and so is David from Cool Keys. Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Qantas here too says, wait, no Kalane build? What did I miss? Unfortunately, I was supposed to desolder this PCB during the week, and I didn't. I planned to do it today before the stream. I came here a few hours earlier than I normally do to do this particular job. Unfortunately, my desoldering gun is blocked and I cannot unblock it, so I've had to order some replacement parts for it. So I can't desolder the PCB until those parts arrive. Because the PCB is really flexible and it has a ton of mean flex cuts in the middle of it, how best to show you this? I don't want to start using copper braided wire to try and desolder it, because it's just very fragile as the PCBs go. So yeah, we're gonna wait for the proper tools. What I'm hearing is I'm gonna get a midweek stream, not for Kalane's board. Kalane's board will be next weekend. So yeah. Oh my god, that's a good tease. I like to be a good tease. Yeah. Soren, hope you have a delightful evening too. Thank you very much for being here on stream. He's not seen. I've not shown him anything, Salopian, so he hasn't seen anything. Yeah. Just a tip. We know you like just the tip. Jehovah, thank you again for the 11 months of subs. Gutted I missed the meet, but we can't wait to see some of the pictures. I commit to the bit, Pex. Yeah, he does commit. He does commit. He is all about commitment. The motorway was empty and Waze knows all the speed camera locations. I drove at close to 110 miles an hour. Yeah, so I got a 3 points on my license for speeding. So I do not do any naughties on the motorway anymore. So yeah. Did you show the Salopian Cerakote board for Klein? I think I got that right. I didn't, Jehovah, unfortunately, no. Because I haven't desold the PCB. We're going to do something different. You guys are going to get to vote in a little bit on what we build. Once we've got through PT News, me doing a bit of a shill and all that kind of stuff, you guys can vote on which we build. Because I tried to pivot right before the stream. So we're going to see the board in full next week. ADM's here as well. He says, hi Jay, hope you're doing all right. It was cool seeing you yesterday at the Bristol meet. I was the only kid there. You're not a kid. You're all right. But it was good to meet you too, dude. It was good to meet you too. Godzilla Waddle's here as well. Alan is here too. Says, good evening, Keep Folk. It was great to meet everyone at Bristol meetup. Looking super dapper tonight, Jay. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's just a jacket which I'll take off in a minute because it's getting hot in here. But it was cool when I got to the workshop, so I just wanted a light jacket on. It's actually pink. I don't know if it comes across on camera, but it is pink. I don't know if the colour comes across on camera very well. It's like a fuchsia. But it's from a company called Fram, who I have talked about extensively on the stream because I like their products. I wish I was sponsored by them, but I'm not. But go buy a Fram jacket because they're great. After you've spent money at PT. Yesterday was great. Thanks again, Defo, to Riz and Alvi. Absolutely. We'll talk about the meetup in a minute. Just the tip, edging. Hey. The outside is pretty cool, even if I do say so myself. The whole board is phenomenal, dude. Like, even the little card that I have to the side that I'm not going to show yet. Yeah. That looks interesting. It's pretty cool. If it's Salopium, I'm sure it's mega. It really is. The tease is killing me. I'm sorry, Mr. Klein. I'm sorry. Red board giving blue balls to Klein. Yeah, something like that. If I sent a board in, would it have to be stripped already, or is that something that's factored in? Salopian will strip a board for you as well. I dropped off a board of mine at the same time as this one. I think Pex has finished it, but he's told me he's gonna bring mine up, which would be cool because it's always cool to hang out with Pex. And last time we did it on his turf down in Shrewsbury, so it'd be cool to hang out up here in West Yorkshire. But that board was already anodized, and he has stripped that and Cerakoted it to match. I know it's going to match Davina Papaya, the keycap set. Not Davina Papaya, Pepperbait, but I don't know what it actually looks like until he arrives. So I'm also in blue ball status, as it were. Skin just bought a car. What car did you buy? I'm always interested in car talk, Mr. Corgis. Tell me what you bought, David. I'm very interested. Looking forward to the reveal when it's all done. Yeah. Jay's edging all of us with his teasers. I try my best. Alan's on a 10 stream watch streak. Dude, that's amazing. Thank you. Just asking for the curries to fuck it up. Yeah. I mean, I did see a board yesterday actually at the meetup. I think it was Hodges. In fact, I know it was Hodges actually because he came over to show it to me. And he told me, Pex, that you did his JO2, which you did in a kind of like Bloodlust theme. You messaged him and said, is it okay if I purposefully damaged the board? Was part of the process, and he was like, yeah, and then it turned out amazing. So yeah. T9, I had a weird fever dream design idea, and Slopen has worked magic to make it something coherent and cool. It's gonna look amazing when it's done, dude. Like, it's gonna look phenomenal. Like, really, really cool. I had a driving course and then 3 points at the beginning of this year and had to start slowing down. Couldn't afford any more points. Sames, man. Sames. I did a driving course a couple of years ago. About 18 months ago. Because the PT truck got caught speeding and we couldn't figure out who was in it. So I just had to take the slap on the wrist for that. And because I took the slap on the wrist for that, I wasn't eligible when I got caught speeding in my own car. So I got caught doing 34 in a 30 zone, right where it drops down from a 40 zone. I was like 20 yards past the sign, so I was clearly already slowing down, but I still got caught. And it's my own fault. I can't blame anyone else. It is my own fault. So, yeah, 34 miles an hour. Not good. Baron Ragnar, sorry joined late. Any GMK updates, leaks for this month? There is always stuff happening in the background of GMK. The two big things that I could have talked about that was leaks have already now come to pass, but there is more happening that I can't talk about just yet. But there is always leaks to be had. Always secrets to be shared at some point. I think you'll start to see some things happen across vendor groups in the next 4 to 6 weeks that might be quite exciting and quite interesting. So yeah, especially if you've been in the hobby for a while. Your jacket is awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I have a thing for Fram jackets. I was going to wear this yesterday, but then I wanted to rep PT, so I had like the PT t-shirt on and hoodie and everything. So, you know, But yeah, I have a thing for Fram jackets. I have a couple. I have another one in the car, and this generally stays in the car with me. But it's lovely, right? It's like a worker's jacket. It's like got it's pockets and pockets, and it has this nice zip pocket detail. Oh, the colours. This is the actual colour of it. It's got this nice zip pocket here. It's got a button pocket. It's got buttons all down it, which do it rather nicely, and it's just lovely. It just fits great. It fits well. It's really nice. It's waxed cotton, which I really like, so it's technically waterproof. Yeah, it's cool. Any update on whether you'll be involved in the Tofu TKLR2? We've asked KBD fans. I haven't heard back, or if I have, it's the weekend, so I haven't checked messages. Because of the meetup yesterday, which we'll talk about in a minute, I've got something in the region of about 400 DMs right now to go through, and probably similar in terms of my email inbox, so I don't know yet. But as soon as I do know, I will share. The man is a wizard. He absolutely is. PT purchase come first, everyone know that. Looking forward to next week to see it. It's been interesting for a while in getting a board or two cerakoted by Salopian. I just can't decide what I'd like to do to them, so it'll be interesting to see what yours looks like. The best thing you can do is give Pexon free reign, or James free reign. So what I did with the pepper bait board is I just literally gave him the keyboard, gave him some sample keycaps for the colours, and said, that's what I want it to match. That's the key set that's going on it. He said, leave it with me. And then he gave me a hug in the car park. This is a true story. He gave me a hug in a car park after I'd illicitly shoved like 10 keyboards in his car, or 10 bags of keyboard bits in his car. And then he drove off, and I drove off. And yeah. That, to be fair, we were both there a little bit tired because we'd had a heavy night drinking the night before. But yeah, it was good. Of all the driving I've done over the years, I got my first 3 points doing 4 miles per hour over on a road I drive every studying day of the year. I've been very careful since. Yeah, I like on the motorway, I stick at 68 or 69 now because I just don't want to push it. Yeah, it has properly scared me into not speeding. So be good out there, folks. Be good. Nufi says, hello Jay, I hope you and all that went to Bristol had a fun weekend. Yes, I'll talk about it in a minute. It was really cool as a meetup. It was good to see it. Get its concept, but let Salopian do his thing. Honestly, he's an absolute dead set wizard, and letting him work his magic is the way to go. Absolutely, yes. Fiat 500e, you know, it's epic. Proper go-kart. I drove one of the first Fiat 500es. They are super quick off the mark, really fun to drive. A little bit too much body roll for me, but they're a great car. Yeah. The K-Horn JO2 is epic. It's amazing. Yeah, it's really cool. Blood for the blood god. Something like that. There's so many, I'm a bit indecisive at the moment what I'd like to do. I'll reach out at some point. Just send him something, give him a theme, or give him some sample caps. Easily done. Quite a few people like the brass patina cable at the Bristol meetup. They might be headed your way. Nice. I'm glad that people are seeing things and buying things off the back of it. Fashion with Jay. I am not a fashionable man, but I like a nice thing. I am the least fashionable person in the world, but I like something that is constructed nice, and I like companies that have a good ethos and a good story behind them, and the company behind this jacket is one of them. So yeah, it's why I like certain coffee companies and, you know, certain tool manufacturers and things. Like, I have a thing for nice things made well by good people, and sometimes it's the people side that matter more than the other part of the side of it. But yeah, but I'm definitely not fashionable. Like Fashion with Jay would get like negative views because I am not a fashionable person. But yeah, shaded deal in a car park, absolutely. Your rules and national speed limits are silly. They are. My license has been squeaky clean for years now. At one point I had 9 points, and that's not a nice experience, I can tell you. Oof. Yeah, like I've been driving for 20 years, something like that, and maybe more. And yeah, this year was the first year I got points, and I felt bad. I felt bad. Cool. See you later, James. I hope you're doing well, and say hello to Chloe for us. Take care. Right. Okay. So PT news. Where do we start? Yesterday, I drove down to Bristol. Took my wife, and Ellie and I shared details of PCBs and keycaps and switches with about 50 or 60 people that turned up yesterday, which was really cool. there was some amazing people. It was really nice to meet people for the first time. There was people I've met before. It was nice to meet again. So like Mr. Gimp and well, tons of others. But it was nice to meet people like Alan and Warbane yesterday and ADM and a ton of other people. Like there was just so many people there, and it was just really nice to have good wholehearted conversations with people. People were open to new ideas. People were open to talking about things. They were about understanding how we make decisions here at PT and what metrics we use and a million different things. It was really, really, really good. It was nice to have some open and frank conversations about some stuff as well. I was speaking to Neodoid and Warbane and some other people about the challenges behind GMK Burgundy, for example, and why we did it as in stock. And you know what? It was just a really nice day. And then Ellie and I had like a really cool 10 minutes. She picked up 10, I think it was 10 packs of Vela keycaps that we have in stock, and she went around the whole thing twice to pick out 10 boards that she liked. There was like 10 boards there that we just tucked a keycap set under as like a random drop for boards that she liked, which was really, really nice. So it was a nice way for me to get my wife involved in keyboards as well, because she has no idea about them. So we did that. Alvi and Risdom did a great job of getting the place organized. All the tables were set up there dead early, and it was nice and easy to get to. I was able to park right outside, which was great, fantastic. It was just a really good day. So big shout out to Alvi and Risdom for setting that up. I can't wait for the next set of big meetups we can do. There'll be some more news this week from PT when I've finalised a few things with the team on our next open day and our next keyboards and coffee dates. So keyboards and coffee is going to start again this Thursday, and every Thursday going forwards until we leave this building is basically the idea currently. And then we're going to do a couple of keyboards on Saturdays, keyboards and coffee on Saturdays, and then we're going to do one big open day before we leave these premises. So that's kind of like the plan that I've got. And I need to wait on some contractual stuff to come back to know when we're moving and to start to be able to plan that out. But once I can plan that out, I'll have some dates for it. But there will be some announcements coming up this week about when we're going to do those, because it's nice to share this space and things like that. So that's all going to happen. What else has happened this week since I last streamed? I think we streamed on Thursday. I think that might be it. Oh, our next shipment from China, I got the bill for the import duties for that. So not the import duties, the bill for the shipping of it, the actual container shipping of it, and we're waiting for it to hit port. It's going to be another 2 or 3 weeks until it hits port in the UK. We do know that it's been stopped somewhere in the South China Sea for about 8 days because of weather. So hopefully we'll get confirmation that ship is going to carry on sailing soon, and we're expecting it to arrive about the end of this month. So there might be a few things that we've said we'll ship in Q2 that will be about a week into Q3. So it will be maybe 7 to 10 days later than we said we'd planned. But we'll know more about that as we get through this month. Closer to the end of the month, we'll have more updates on that. I was all supposed to be going away this week to Mechanicon KeyCon in America. Unfortunately, I can't due to America not wanting me to go. But so instead of doing that, I'm on Saturday this weekend coming. I'm actually going to be doing a talk at KeyCon remotely. I was going to be there doing it in person on stage. Unfortunately, that's all not going to happen now. So if you are interested in that, and you're interested in seeing the talk, which will be about how vendors make decisions with a bit of a twist, I will get the recording and I will share that on Discord for you guys as well, so you can watch if you are interested. I'm sure no one is, and I'll probably post it on the website as well, and like a blog post type thing, because it has the slide deck as well, and I can write some commentary about it too. So that's also going to happen. What else has been happening in PT stuff? Oh, we have some Manta replacement PCBs, plates, and the stainless steel units. I think it was. They're being airshipped currently from China to the UK. I think they're going to arrive on Friday coming, based on the tracking. So they should be here this Friday. If they arrive early, we'll get them shipped out. If they arrive after that, it'll be next week. But that should be a week to 10 days, and that means that we'll then be able to do Manta extras as well, which I'm looking forward to. Getting some more of those boards out into the wilderness and into people's hands, because they're fantastic. And then the other big news is tomorrow the Craze group buy starts, which is why I have the board on my desk. I showed this board to a lot of people yesterday because it's got the cool. Let's flip the camera over. It's got the cool design. You can see all the fingerprints from just the sheer number of people that touched it yesterday and played with this. But it was really cool to share this with people with the DCS panels, keycaps on as well. So yeah, looking forward to that going live, and we'll take a look at the website and do the whole shilling thing that I'm not very good at in a minute too. Right, let's catch up with chat and see what you guys have been talking about. Just posted my wedding board in PT keyboard chat. Salopian just really worked the concept himself. Yeah, that board is stunning, dude. I'm still like kind of insanely proud that you chose that. Clouted key sets. Yeah, Neodoid. Yeah, I remember talking about the burgundy with you, and it was like, yeah, you tell me it's clouted, but how do I put a metric around a key set's aura, right? You know, like there is no metric for that. It was good fun. Thank you for the. It was a good conversation, so thank you for that. I just realized I've been driving now for 34 years. So I was 19, so that would make it 22 years for me. Maybe I have a couple of years on me. I thought you were my age, Trojan, but maybe you're a little bit older. I've seen that one on Salopian's Insta. I'm guessing IDL and NKG are both yours and your partners. I'll let Kalain talk about those. That's not my business. Really cool thing to put on your keyboard. Yeah, it's cool to do like a wedding keyboard, and the whole theme was amazing. I have a few boards which I'll decide what I want to do with eventually. One of them is my F18X V2. The back on it would be really good for some sort of design. Absolutely. Craze Proto was nice, a lot lighter than I thought. Yeah, I mean it's just a really cool bit of kit, and for the price point, it's insane. Like the value proposition of that board doesn't even make sense to me as a vendor. Like I don't understand why we're selling it so cheap. Like really, I just don't like. But we are. That's what we're doing. So yeah. Have you seen Nuxro's next 60 design that's coming? Nuxro shares a ton of stuff with me. Nuxros and Toro share a ton of stuff with me. I have seen a couple of 60s, I think, but I don't know which one is off the top of my head is that. So yeah. Love it with DCS panels. So DCS panels is goated. You had DCS Clown there. I almost put DCS Clown on this board, and I'm really glad I didn't, because you had a red board with DCS Clown on. So it was nice to have panels and switch it up. But I think DCS is vastly underrated, and more people need to buy DCS. Buy something, if you've never tried DCS, buy something safe like Dolch that's in the group buy right now. Get a good DCS set, try it out. It's worth it. Lovely switches in that one too. Yeah, these are the Torero switches, which are going to come out really soon. They are... I have the prototype ones, which are bright yellow. The final ones are going to be coloured to match a Ferrero Rocher chocolate. But yeah, we've already placed an order for those. And I don't think they'll be too far away. I think 6 weeks, something like that. But they sound and feel phenomenal. If you like a light tactile like a Cherry MX Brown, but you don't like Cherry Scratch, these are the switches for you. Junji Ito bottom. I don't know what that means, English one, but I'll take your word for it. I was quite surprised by the weight of the Craze yesterday, but we'll be picking one up when we have the option to choose a backplate, as if I want to go red top, red bottom. Pass. So Sharon, who works for us, has created the product listing for that. Let me see if I can load it up. In fact, actually, I need to load up a browser window so I can do the whole sharing stuff with you. Hold on. Let me catch up with myself. Okay, so that's the browser window open. Let's shove that to the side, and then I can share it with you in a second. Right, let me see if I can get a preview page of what it's going to look like. Where is UA on the product page? Okay, that's it. Right. Let me grab that and that Okay, so is that going to work? Yeah, okay. So bear in mind that this is not the final page. There is still some tweaks to make to it tomorrow. But this is currently what the product page is looking like. Oh, hold on. Here we go. So you can choose the case color. You can choose the weight. And you can choose what we've spelt Topra wrong, but I will get that fixed. It's not a taupe kit, it's a Topra kit. I'll get that fixed. That's just a typo. And you can choose that. So just the case alone, if you want to provide your own Venom PCB later on for the ruby red and black, is £73 including VAT. It is freaking nothing. It is 10 cups of coffee. It's half a month's cups of coffee. It's ridiculously cheap. And then if you want to chuck in a hot swap PCB, it goes to £90. £90. I think when I was playing around with this, the most expensive you can get it. Oh, it's just over 150 quid. It's 150 quid. I said to some people yesterday it was 150 quid, but that's the excluding VAT price. So even with a full Topra kit, which is your stainless steel EC plate and Topra kit, it's still only 182 quid. Like, what? You can get the Venom PCB with an FR4 plate for £117. £117 with the case in whatever colour you want. Let's say you wanted to go for vintage with the silver base. The silver base actually looks really cool. And the Venom, and it's 117 quid. Chuck in some switches and keycaps and you're done. It's insane. It's insane. Anyway, is it good? Someone said, "Is it good?" It hasn't left my desk apart from to go to the meetup since I built it. It sounds good. It feels good. You're 52, dude. I would never have guessed. When I saw you last, I would never have guessed. Nexus 60 has a lot overlapping with Side Pro for the case. Oh yeah, I have seen it. Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah. You almost yanked it because you expected weight. Yeah, I mean, well, part of the reason why it's cheaper is because there is less product, right? The more, I mean, it's simple as that. The more density you add with like aluminium and making it thicker and doing all these different things, the thicker the piece of metal you have to start off with, the more expensive it's going to be. But yeah. I love the age range in this hobby. So many lovely people of different ages all coming together. Do you know what I've actually seen in terms of age range? It used to be that I was one of the older people in the hobby and everyone who was coming in was younger. And the last 2 years, that has flipped. And there's now more people my age or older getting into the hobby, which is really good to see. So yeah. 20 years of driving for me next year. I would have been earlier, but I spent from 17 to 21 mostly being pickled in alcohol playing rugby. Fair. Bazooka, unfortunately, no, there's no Calane's board today. I messed up and was unable to desolder a PCB because my desoldering gun needs some repairs, and I didn't find that out until an hour and a half before the stream when I tried to do the desoldering. So yeah, unfortunately not today, but it will be next week. We're gonna pick. You guys are gonna get to pick which board we build today when we get to that. The DCS Clown and the Unicorn was great though. I think Clown only had kitting for 7U and 6U 60%. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably have enough DCS blanks to shove it on a 65, but it's a core set. It's a core set. Will you be stocking the DCS beige and orange set? I think so, yes. I need to have a chat with Bowl about it, but I think we are going to be stocking it, yes. Still in PT News and Shilling Stage? Yeah, as always. Like, that's the first hour of the show, right? I want red on red. That would be nice since I don't have a red board. Nice. What switches are in the board that Jay has to desolder? These ones. These are Gateron CJ switches. I used to use a lot of different colours in boards, but recently if there's a raw clear cut version, Jay's taking my money. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I have a feeling I'll be picking up the clear coat Offenheimer's Schema. Schema or Schema? Schema sounds better. Silver with beige never fails. It does, you're right, yeah. 73 quid. I told you it was cheap. We had this conversation yesterday, Infiltration. I told you it was cheap. Like, I mean, most people are going to buy it with a PCB, so I think I had the 120 quid in my head, which is, I'm not sure if that 117 figure is right, or if it's supposed to be 119. I'll double check in the morning. But yeah, it's basically 120 quid with a PCB and plate. Yeah, going to be a good beta board one to gift. Yeah, I'm going to buy 3 for Secret Santa for this year, just because I know it will do well for Secret Santa presents. Is Craze the new Neo 65? Maybe. Pass on which. Do I even know which EC kits are being included? I might have to chat with Sharon in the morning which EC parts they are. I'm not 100% certain, but you can buy it PCB-less if you want, and a Cipulate PCB should fit. The other thing that we will be doing as well, I don't have it to hand anymore, but we will be doing with Monaco keys a hot swap ISO PCB as well. They might not be ready until day 2 of the group by that, so if you are waiting for the hot swap ISO PCB, hold off for a day. But yeah, we're going to be doing that as well. I have got the prototype of it here to test, and I am getting the final version of it to test as well. So yes, £73 including that finish on the weight is actually insane. Yeah, I know it's all MQ, but I've been quoted almost double that for a part much smaller than similar finish. Yeah, I mean you're buying a 1 of 1, so that's the difference there. If you're buying hundreds or thousands or whatever, it's different pricing. And Nuxros has got some really good, clever ways of coming up with limited machining needed to be able to produce the parts in those ways. So yeah, it's really clever. Hello Jay, sorry for being so late. What did I miss? Nothing much, dude. We were just talking about the keyboard meetup that we went to yesterday. Me and my wife drove down from West Yorkshire to Bristol, which is a long way for the UK, and drove back in the same day. Like, we would literally just stopped for the meetup. We got to the meetup, unpacked the car, did the meetup, packed the car, drove home. Mainly because we couldn't find a dog sitter for overnight, so we had to be back for the dog. And yeah, it just like, I didn't even know until Monday last week that we were actually definitely able to make it go and work, because my wife was originally supposed to be on a work trip this weekend. Something just flew in my mouth. A tiny little fly or something, a midge. So yeah, so we didn't know until Monday that she would definitely be able to change her trip, and then when she could, we decided we were going to go. So that's what we did. So yeah. Right, let's do the shilling part, which is the bit that I'm terrible at, but let's do the shilling part. So, live group buys. There's a few things to talk about here, so I'll try and be brief. British Racing Green is back in group buy. It's only in group buy for 10 days total, and there's 8 days left. This base kit, which is a simple base kit, as is detailed in the name, it's a simple base kit, is £72. GMK British Racing Green simple base kit, £72. This will cover a TKL, a 60%, a HHKB, or a 65. You may have to be selective with which keys you put on the right hand column for a 65, but it will cover it. It will also cover a 66 key layout if you have a 66 key layout, and that's pretty much it. But it's £72. It's unheard of. And if you buy it from PT, you will also get a PT keycap that matches British Racing Green. In fact, if you came to see us yesterday at the meetup, you would have got one anyway, because we had them on our table. But we've already had them produced and available for a while. But you also get a matching PT keycap in the British Racing Green. That's the only kit, but it's 72 quid. If you have never tried GMK, have been on the fence and want to try it, this is the perfect time to do it, and you have 8 days left to join. Simple as that. In terms of group buys, people have been shouting out for a long time. We have brought GMK Sewell Masterpiece back with a lot of work from Novel Keys, and we've got a pretty chunky base kit for this one. And that is only £90. £90 for that base kit. There's 2 options. You can have either the original Japanese Legends, or you can have the Latin version. or there is a Spacebars kit and a numpad and additionals kit, and then of course the desk mat as well. Is it just 2 desk mats? Yeah, just 2 desk mats. Yeah, but it's £90, and that's the same for both base kits. Oh, the Roman base kit's a little bit more. Sorry, I apologize. The Roman base kit's a little bit more. That's aimed at a slightly higher MOQ. But yes, £90 for the Origin base kit, which is the correct one if you're going to have this set. 20 days left on that. DCS Dolch, as I said before, if you've never tried DCS and you want to try DCS because it's underrated as a keycap profile, DCS Dolch is in group buy right now. It's a safe colorway. It will go with anything. There is free UK ISO if you get the dark version of the kit. So if you get the dark alphas, you get free UK ISO with that. Unfortunately, the UK ISO kit for the main base, which is there, is too expensive for us to give away free. Like, it is significantly an investment, is the UK ISO kit for that, because of the number of ISO enters and everything else. It's just too expensive for us to give this one away for free, unfortunately. But we have discounted and subsidized it by as much as we can. I think these cost us $55 to buy, and we're selling them for 51 quid. Yeah, so $55 plus import is about 42 quid plus VAT. I know it's expensive. I wish I could do it cheaper. I'm really sorry about that. Other good group buys to join at the minute: GMK Pandemonium. If you like the GMK special effects, I think there's some photos of the keys actually. These are translucent keys with the GMK effects. There are some pictures floating around. I'm not sure if we haven't put them. I'll put them on the product page tomorrow, but they are the effect keys, so they are red and translucent and black all at the same time. Really cool. SWG Rainbow Alert. The base kit for this is 63 quid, and it has pretty much everything you need, including that cool alert row. Midnight Rainbow is also coming next month, so watch out for that. And then final shout for things like the RF8X keyboards. Oh, so that's the extra parts. The keyboard kits here. If you are into Topra, there is no reason to not buy this, because this is a really cool keyboard, and it does come in piss yellow, which who doesn't want that? And then last shout out for boards like the Juno, the Grit Your Hair. DPO Keys just released a video on this. If you haven't watched it, go watch it, because it's really cool and it shows off the board really, really well. Prussian Alert and Celine and Spark, Dream Alert, also in group buy as well. Pre-orders. Let's do a bit of talk about pre-orders. I've put a lot of stuff up for pre-order. We've been hounded in Discord DMs and emails for more pre-orders. Like, I missed the group buy, Jay. Why can't I buy this anymore? I want to buy it before you put it in stock, and I miss it all entirely. So we're working on doing a whole more list of pre-orders. I think we added 20 to this page on Friday, and I think there's another 20 to add to this page Monday or Tuesday this week as we work through them. So watch out for those. The Oblique R2s are going to go from here. They're going to drop in stock next week because they're going to arrive on Friday. So if you want to pick one up at the pre-order pricing, not the in-stock pricing, order it this week. And same goes for the rest of it. If you want it before it arrives, order it soon. In stock. What do I need to tell you about in-stock stuff? Have we dropped anything in stock this week? Oh, just the Wingtree Litchik switches, which we talked about on Thursday on stream, Monochrome Dolch and BKRE. And if you do buy anything off the website whilst I'm streaming today, you will get a free Desmat added into that order. So if you buy group buy, you'll still get a Desmat added in. If you buy something in stock, you'll get a Desmat added in. Don't buy 10 switches and expect a Desmat. I'm not going to shove one in for that. But if you buy, like, you know, if you buy 100 switches, you'll get a free Desmat. So yeah, bear that in mind, because that's the discount for today. Right, okay. Let's catch up with chat and see what you guys have been talking about. And we'll see if we can figure out what we're doing. Right, finally got in on the Celine group. Very much looking forward to this one. It's a beautiful keycap set. Good choice concert. And if you ordered it during the stream, I'll chuck a Desmat in that order when it ships. I'll put the notes on later on. If extra weights are an option, could use it to machine something out of it that's smaller. There are extra craze parts, yes. I haven't finished the listing for those, so watch that for that tomorrow. No ISO support for a British theme set is quite odd. The kitting was designed, originally it was only going to run through GeonWorks until we had a load of customers ask us to offer it. So I didn't agree with Geon until 5 a.m. on Friday morning. Literally the emails were 5 a.m. UK time on Friday morning that we would like join the project, because he was asking me if we would. But by that point the kitting was already set. So yeah, unfortunately it's limited, but yeah, it is what it is. If I order now, can you include all the Biscoffs you had yesterday? If you order today, ADM, leave a note on the order, and I will chuck in a Biscoff. We have thousands of Biscoffs here because we have the coffee shop here as well. So yeah, we always have like a 1,000 box of Biscoffs lying around. So yeah, if you want a Biscoff biscuit, I can always add one to you. Hubert the Mad,
Tasty,
thank you so much
tasty.
for 13 months of subs and lighting up my pink rocket ship. I would tell you how he lit my pink rocket ship up because he sent me a picture at 3 a.m. the other day, did Hubert, that I immediately replicated when I woke up that next morning and sent him my version of it back. And that's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to tell you. There was very little clothing in both pictures. And this is genuine. This is genuine. This really happened. He sent me a message and he asked me a question which was too inappropriate to talk about on stream. So I responded and replicated the image. I hope it helped him understand that he didn't have an issue, but yeah. This is no word of it. Like people are gonna think, oh no, you didn't do this, but I don't know where my phone is. But like I'm not gonna show it too much, but let me see if I can like Hubert's is spoiled and then there is another picture underneath. But yeah, like this genuinely happened. British Racing Green originated as a tribute to Ireland during the 1903 Gordon Bennett Cup. Is that true? Since road racing was illegal in Britain due to a 12-mile-per-hour speed limit, the race was moved to Ireland. To honour their Irish host, the British team painted their cars in shamrock green, establishing an iconic motorsport tradition. Is that true? Is that true? Hold on. Using the power of LLMs, is this true? Paste. If that's true, mostly yes. The story is broadly accurate and reflects the standard explanation for the original British Racing Green, but there are a couple of nuances and caveats. The 1903 Gordon Bennett Cup was indeed held in Ireland because racing on public roads in Great Britain was not permitted under the existing speed limit regime, so the event was moved to the Irish roads, closed especially for the race. Contemporary and later accounts agree that the British team chose a shade of green specifically as a compliment to their Irish hosts, often described as shamrock green or emerald green. That Irish-inspired green was used on the British Napier entries in the 1903 is widely cited as the origin of what became known as British Racing Green as a national racing colour. No, okay, cool. I did not know that, but thank you for the knowledge, Bazooka. I will try and remember that. That's a good little bit to know. Can confirm the BRG PT keycap is a good one. Nice. £90 for the base kit is great. Yeah. What's your opinion on the VS06 that should open in group by tomorrow? Absurdly expensive, but is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. Yes. Okay, so the VS06 is launching tomorrow. Let me see if I can grab a preview page for that to show you, because we are almost ready to launch it. We've agreed to sell it, but I have a few questions that I've been going backwards and forwards with them on about how it's actually going to work and what it's going to mean. Hold on. Because we've done so many new pre-orders, I've lost the... Yeah, okay. I found it. Let me just grab that page and I will show you that in a second. That's that and that's that. Is that going to work? It should do. Okay, so this is the VS06. It is stupidly expensive, but it's a replica of the Waytech boards that GMK used to make for Cherry, which was ultimately for investment companies and things like that. It has a screen in the middle. It can come with all of these keycaps. It is made from aluminium. It is ridiculous. It is insane. It is stupid. It comes in pink. It is a thing of beauty. I have one of the Waytech boards. I'm hoping to get one of these so I can put it next to the Waytech board and show you it. It's a thing of beauty. It's a thing of audacity. It's a thing that none of you need, but all of you want. This screen works. It will run on QMK or VIA, so it should be fully configurable from a keycaps perspective. I think the screen runs on separate firmware and just works out of the box, so that's all fine. I believe it's got like a USB hub in it that effectively splits it out to two devices. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool. It's unusual. It's chuffing expensive, but the shipping for it is not going to be cheap either. Like it's that big and that heavy that we can't actually ship it under our normal shipping policy. We've had to create a shipping policy on the website for this. Like it's ridiculous. Like sending it through DPD in the UK is stupidly expensive, but it is cool as hell, and I do like it. And you can do a lot with the layout of it. Like there is a ton of choices. So yeah, it's got a buzzer, it's got a solenoid, it's got stainless steel plate. Yeah. What are my thoughts on it, Duodod? I think it's insanely cool as a project, and I will be picking one up. That's what I think of it. It's just a cool thing. GMK breaking out into the cheaper market as well. We love to see it. Yeah. So I think. Yeah. No notes. I have no notes on that. Yeah. Surprised at the difference between the Japanese and Latin costs is because they're priced at different MOQs. The Japanese set is likely to sell more, so we can price it at a lower MOQ. The Latin set is likely to sell less, so we're selling at a higher MOQ. No, sorry, other way around. The Japanese kit is expected to sell more, so we're selling it at a higher MOQ, and the Latin kit is expected to sell less, so we're selling it at a lower MOQ. The lower the MOQ, the higher the price. It's not. No, I checked. Yeah. Manifesting a kit like this for GMK Toxic? Maybe. What's with all the GMK sets recently? There's been so many good ones. There's always good stuff coming. There's a ton more good stuff coming as well. Wonder if I should get the DCS Dolch for the dual shot for Orange Neo 98. What do you guys suggest? If you haven't tried DCS, the Infiltration, I know you really liked the Craze yesterday with the DCS panels on. Try the DCS. That's what I would suggest. Basil the Mighty, hello my dear. I hope you're doing well. I thought I was going to see you yesterday at the meetup, but I didn't. A bit late to the party because I was driving the family home from the beach. 22:50 here. Oh no, you're away. That's why. That's why you're away. I forgot. I completely forgot you are away. Yes, I remember now. Yeah, I was going to introduce you to my wife yesterday, and I completely forgot you were away. But yes, you are away. So yes, I hope you're doing well. To see my lovely face, I do not have a lovely face, but I appreciate that. Thank you for being kind. This is why I'm glad I swapped mainly using ANSI and split backspace. Fair. Dolch absolutely goes with an orange case. I have keyboards somewhere around with an orange case on. It's downstairs, but with Dolch on. It's monochrome Dolch, but it's orange. Do I hear Workshop Dogger in the background? No, she's not here today. What you can hear is the window is open and I have a blind and it's flapping around in the background. I apologise. I demand fewer pre-orders, Jay. They're far too tempting. Well, I'm really, really sorry, but unless people buy them out, there's going to be more. There's going to be another 20 or so added this week, I think. The Juno group buy got extended, but Wisdom, as a keyboard lover, it is for you. You are absolutely the type of person that board's for. It's for people like you and me who are deeply ingrained in the hobby and have been for a long time. So yeah. Green on the oblique R2 is nice. Would be tempted if I didn't have a pink one. The green's lovely. If you bought DCS Grass Valley, that green is perfect. Wanted the orange but missed out. Have pink with patina base from R1. One of my favourite boards. Nice. That orange is really nice. It's what I got too. Pink with the red patina. Yeah, my personal board is pink with red patina. Jay sexting. It wasn't sexting. I'm so glad it's not just me that does silly photos like this. Fucking Brits misappropriate the culture as usual. With the racing green. Yeah. What on earth is that thing? Wait, what? What? Oh, the keyboard? Yeah. The VS06. Live tomorrow. Live tomorrow. Hyper 7 what, mate? So the Hyper 7 was a really cool project. It was the first 173% keyboard, and myself, Yankar, and two others who are no longer in the hobby, so I don't want to say their names. We commissioned Yankar to design the first PCB back in 2015, I think it was, for it. Before that, it was like a hypothetical board that a guy called 7-Bit had designed way back in history in 2014 on Desk Authority, 2013-2014. And he'd had some SP keycaps produced for it, but then never designed the board because they couldn't get it to work because it had to be over 2 PCBs. Through some clever conversations with Yankar managed to design that. And we produced the first one in, I think it was 2016. And then in 2017, I ran my first ever group buy for the Hyper 7. And we sold, I think, something like 100 of them. And just the PCB alone. There was no case because we hadn't designed it, it was just the PCBs. And I hand soldered the ribbon cables for each of those myself, and we shipped all of those out and it was fine. And then in 2018 I was getting married, and this was before PT existed, and a lot of people were asking for like a round 2 and I couldn't do anything with it, so I just gave the whole project to Mechboards and said, there you go. Do what you want with that. And they've done some cool stuff with it since. So yeah. How much would it weigh? So it is. I think the package is 11 kilos is what we're expecting the package to weigh for the VS06. We're expecting it to weigh 11 kilos. It's expensive. Wouldn't even fit on my current desk. Look, I have a new one. Wow. The most beautiful aluminium square of the year. If I took to this to work, that looks okay. You could solder a handle on the back so you could carry it. I think I still have enough solar array to fill out. You may well do. Compared to a Stratum 80. Do the keycaps come with the VS06? So I can't remember because I need to have a chat with the guys. Sharon was picking this up for me whilst I was doing the meetup prep. But I believe there is an option to add the keycaps to it. Let me see if I can find that in our back end. I think the keycaps come as an add-on. Oh, Sharon hasn't added those, so no, it doesn't come with the keycaps, but it can come with the keycaps, I think. I might just need to add an option that says with keycaps, without keycaps tomorrow. So yeah, and we're waiting on some final renders of the additional colors as well. So there's other things that are going to happen on that product page, but yes, you will see it when it goes live, and I announce it tomorrow. So yeah. I have ordered the DCS Grass Valley, so waiting on those to see how DCS feels me. Nice, yeah, it'll be a little while away. I think I tried to find a keycap set that could kit that would be a challenge. No, there is actually a lot of Waytech boards out there that you can buy that won't work because you don't have all the correct kitting and the equipment and software in the background to run them. That'll give you the keycaps. You can generally find them on eBay. Should we have a look? But you won't get the original Waytech working, and it won't be an aluminium case like this one. Let's see if I can find one. They used to be, eBay used to be full of them, and it looks like there's none on there. I do have one downstairs. If you guys want to see it, throw a load of SPC rockets in the chat, and I will go get it and then show you guys it, because they are really cool, and you'll see the size. You'll get a better appreciation for the scale of it then. Only the original board could fit it all, and I think not even all of it. I cover a big part with a normal GMK, so you have the GMK vintage keys, but you still need like a ton of artisans to cover the rest. Yeah, yeah, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you guys throw the logos in chat. Okay, you're throwing the logos in chat, so you want to see the back. Okay. I'll go get it. Let me finish my coffee, and I'll go get it. I'll go get it in a minute. All right, all the SBC rockets coming in chat. I appreciate you guys. And Alvi, thank you very much for being in chat today. I appreciate everything you did yesterday for the meetup. Thank you so much for arranging it with you and Wisdom. You guys did a great job as always. So thank you very much for that. You spent so much time cruising eBay for G80s with double shot keycaps before the beige renaissance. Yeah. Thanks for the generous discounts. Finally pulled the trigger on the Pangaea Mini. Nice. I have not gone through all of the orders that happened yesterday or today, to be honest. Mel and I will sit down in the morning and go through them and start packing them whilst I'm doing other things as well. Like tomorrow is a massively busy day. I think it's going to be a 15-hour day for me tomorrow because there is... I forgot, Sharon's on vacation. So she will have sent me copious notes that I will need to read. And I think there's 5 group buys going live tomorrow. About 20 pre-orders going live tomorrow. Possibly hundreds of orders over the weekend, most likely. I'd be very surprised if there wasn't hundreds, like literally hundreds of orders to pack. So it's going to be a really busy day tomorrow. So I'm going to try and crack on with that. I might just have to come really early. From the few pics I saw, it looked like a great attendance and a ton of boards. Yeah, I think there was about 55 people, 60 people came yesterday, but there was a load of keyboards. It was great to type on and go around and stuff. Could XMI Vint support cover that board or still not enough? No, I don't think so. Right, let me go get rid of my coffee cup, grab a water, and I will try and find my Waytech. Give me 2 minutes to do this. It might take me literally 2 minutes to go find it. But whilst I'm gone, I want you guys to come up with your most interesting questions about anything that you can think of in chat, and then I will try and answer those questions whilst we build a keyboard, which you guys get to pick when I'm back. In fact, actually, I'll put the poll live so you guys can pick the keyboard whilst I'm going to get the. I'm not going to tell you which they are. You're just going to get to vote between Keep 1 and Keep 2. I'm not going to tell you what they are or which order they're in. You guys just get to vote for Keep 1 or Keep 2. And Keep 1 is here, and Keyboard 2 is here on my little bench at the side of me. So yeah, if you pick 1, if you pick 2. So yeah, that poll is now live. Go and vote and come up with your best questions, like whatever your best questions can be, whilst I go and get that Waytech board and get rid of my coffee cup. Back in a second, guys. I found a couple of keyboards that you guys might like to see. I'm going to have a jacket on. Right. Tie the boat. Builds 2 keyboards. No. We will not be building 2 keyboards. If it's even, I'll flip a coin. Right, 2 keyboards I wanted to show you because I thought it was cool. This is the first one. This is an old Olivetti keyboard, which is super cool. GMK or cherry double shot keycaps, but look at the legend color in that blue. How nice are these? How nice are these keycaps? This board is very dusty, I apologise. It's been in storage for a while. I've never got around to cleaning it. From Control Legend? Yeah. That mold still exists, you can still produce a board with that. But yeah, super cool Olivetti board in really good condition. I forgot I had this. But yeah, super nice. And then here is that's the 65%. This is the weighted board, just to kind of like put into context how large and chunky this is. But you can see that other board copies of design. Again, this is very dusty. It's been in the workshop. Look at all of the gear on the back. All the connections. Like, this doesn't work on its own. It needs a docking station to work, which I also have, but then I have the software that it's supposed to work on, or the license for it. So this is I have 2 of these. I have a UK ISO one, and I have this one, which is a Quartz one. So yeah, So yeah. So that's that version of the board. But tomorrow you'll be able to buy the full aluminium version of the board. As you can see, it's very, very similar. It's got the same color keycaps in the same places, or the option to buy them, and it's got all of that same design profile, but it's cleaner across the back because there's none of that gubbins for the docking station there. You don't need any of that, but it's still got this cool curved swooping profile, and the two rocker buttons, look, these are scroll wheels, and they are on this version, and they are literally mirrored from the original one. You might have missed this before, but these are here, look, scroll wheels. So yeah, what a cool bit of kit, though, right? So yeah, that was the original Olivetti board, which actually I found this. This was in a police station auction. A UK police station auction was where that Olivetti board came from. Yeah. Okay, so we're building Keep 2 today. Keep 2 is a TGR, just to put that into context. Let's catch up with chat and see what you guys have thought about. I'll use the 2 minutes to top up the wine glass. Fair. I think Ball, including the Bion boards, and Clever are two board designers which I currently really like the work of. Yeah, they're good. I would prefer 103. Sorry. Tie the vote and we get 2 build streams. No, it'd be too late to do that. One of the boards is the 910. Yeah, that's the board we're going to build. So that was Keep 2. That's at the back here. Which I do have some interesting choices before we start the build for that one to look at. The other may be the Ophanim. It is, yeah, that's the prototype for it. The DCS Olivetti show. Seeing your jacket and given you already did a rerun of Windbreaker, when are you doing a rerun of GMK Star that has the same pink? I don't think we'd do a rerun of GMK Star unless the designer wanted to. Pink is my favourite colour. I like things that are pink. There are pink keycap sets in the works. I can't say anymore. I don't think. Olivetti, my beloved. Yeah. I don't need one, but I want one very much. You know what to do. The issue with this board, if I'm not using it, would be very hard to have it on my display unit or pegboard to show it off to people on my zoomings. Yeah, I think from what the designers said in DMs, they're only making 50 of them, which is partly the reason for the high price. So once they're sold through, like, we have to give an update every day. So I think once the 50 are done, they're not making any more. So there will only be 50. I personally will be picking one up. You may wish to, but I appreciate it's a hefty price, but it will be a chunky keyboard. So feel free. Question. Oh gosh. In a deathmatch between you, Black Simon, Oblo, Ball, Guillem, Alex Otos, and Casper, who would win? Who would definitely lose? Okay, so this is a good question. In a deathmatch, most of us get on as most of us are really good friends, so I don't see a deathmatch actually happening. I genuinely think, from knowing all of those people, it would be me and Casper left at the end. I suspect Casper would probably beat me. I wouldn't be worried about any of the others. But yeah, I don't know the order. Yeah, I don't know the order other than that. And we'll leave it at that. Coca-Cola board, Jay representing my employer. Hey. It's not official, but we can make it official. Or you could make it official. GMK pink on pink with the glitter effect. GMK SPC with associated novelties. Have you seen the pink PT keycaps? Watch me not have one around. I do. The pink PT keycaps. That might give you a clue what we're doing. Like, who knows? Who knows? In a deathmatch with a keyboard, which one would you choose? It depends on the keyboard, right? depends on the keyboard. Right, let's get the keyboard out and then we'll answer some more questions. Because before we even build this, I do have a serious question. And I did suspect that you guys would pick this keyboard if you knew which one it was. So I have prepped to build this one today. So what I actually want to do is I want your guys' help with picking a keycap set with this. Because this is the Coca-Cola colorway, which basically means it's brown polycarbonate, which is horrific sounding, but actually lovely in practice. I want your guys' help in picking which keycap set we're going to put with it. So we're going to do that first this time, rather than last, because that might change how we approach it. So let's flick over. So this is the 910 GSK edition in this lovely Coca-Cola colorway. Super nice. It's way nicer in real life than it looks. It's got this super cool colored weight on the back and in the Toblerone too. Really nice. And I have a ton of different replacement badges for this top corner. So this is the keyboard. I'm going to zoom in. But we need to pick a keycap set for it because I'm struggling for ideas on what's going to go with this colorway, and it's really hard to, like, I have to hold it up to get the light through it to show you how the color actually looks. Like, it is this it looks like a glass of Coca-Cola. When you look through Coca-Cola in a glass, that's what it looks like. It's that colorway, and as you can see my fingers through it, it's like clear frosted polycarbonate. So this is the board, but I'm looking for keycap colorways. Now I've tried a few. I tried this first. This is GMK November Fog, and I thought this looked okay. So I'm just going to kind of give you like a visual guide here. I thought this looked okay. I thought that kind of worked well because there's the brown on the legends, and I thought that kind of worked okay. That kind of off green color, the brown escape kind of works quite well with it. That was kind of like the first option. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that looks good or not? Don't know. My second option was to just go for something classic and bright. So I was thinking something like MT New Modo Light, something like this. MT New Modo Light. The gray's not going to look bad on this, but I don't think the accents would work, right? So I don't think that if we pick the accent colors, they just don't work. That's the problem. The accents don't work with that. That's the problem. So it would have to be just the greys. I then had the thought to do something like KCH Nicotino, which has a lovely deep chocolatey brown, and that actually works quite well with the case. But I don't know how I feel about the orange with it. What do you think? Do you think the orange works with that? Do you think that works? I don't know, but that's like another option. And then I did have two more choices. I picked up just GMK beige. We know beige will work, so I won't even show this. Beige will work on this, like it will. But then as an outsider, I thought, what about Serica? Serica's such a classic colorway. That yellow might really pop with the brown. You know, like creamy beige and yellow with the brown. So those are the five choices that I've thought about so far. But let me know what you guys think. Let's catch up with chat and see if you guys have had any thoughts while I've been showing that. Jim asked the question: if you could only eat one meal, listen to one song, and watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would your choices be? The one song would be "You Only Get What You Give" by the New Radicals, 1996, great song. Probably the best pop song ever written, in my humble opinion. One movie, Truman Show, just because it helps you keep you grounded. It's a very good film, and you can watch that and see something new every time you rewatch it. One movie. We talked about one movie, one song, one meal. Can I cheat and say pizza because then I can have different toppings on the pizza? I'd go for that. Yeah, pizza. New Radicals, you get what you give, and the Truman Show. That's what I'm going with. Loopy Lupo, hey man, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Rocking one of those pink keycaps right now. Nice. A red keycap set. A red keycap set would work, actually. I didn't think of that before. But yeah, a red keycap set would work. Something like Cherry Love maybe would work. Red Cadet looked good. I don't own Red Cadet, unfortunately. I do have Hamon. Let me grab Hamon. Let's see what that looks like. So here is GSK Hamon. Oh, do you know what? That actually does work really well. The dark red looks really good with it. The light red just doesn't work though. Look, the light red doesn't work. The black's fine. The black's whatever. That dark red works better. The dark red looks really good with it. Just works really nice with that color. Yeah. Okay. So something dark red. Okay, works. This is such an awkward color to do something for. Mudbeam, I don't own Mudbeam, but I did have GSK Mudbeam. MT New 800, DCS Guardian, SA Philco. I don't have Guardian anymore. I did give that away. SA Philco I don't have any of, never have had. MT New 800, it's looking at the other browns, brown doesn't kind of work, so I don't think so. Cherry Love, okay, Cherry Love I think could work. Higambana, sorry. I don't own any Higambana anymore. I give it to the designer. Blot R2. Blot R2 could be a choice. I think Cherry Love probably works better than Blot R2 in my head, but I don't own either of these, so I'm going to have to go and buy one of them. Luckily, we have them in stock. GSK Burgundy would look really nice. Yeah, okay. I didn't keep a Burgundy set for myself, so I don't have that either. I do really like this board. Yeah, it is beautiful, isn't it? It is lovely. It is really, really nice. Red Devils. I don't own Red Devils either. The bright red doesn't work. Cases have a red tone to it, I think. It's a warm brown, right? It's a warm brown. It's not quite got a tinge of red to it, but it's a warm brown. Deepwell. Yeah, I have Deepwell. Honeywell or Deepwell would both look good, I agree. Necocino. I wasn't convinced by the Necocino, the brown keycaps in Necocino, you know? Wasn't convinced. Monochrome Dolce. I could do Monochrome Dolce. Capo Soda key set. I don't own that, and we didn't sell it. I don't think the profile of MT New looks like it would work. You think that MT New doesn't work on this board? Interesting. Wisdom, why do you think that? I think that looks good. What was that to, Wisdom? Serica? I think you should stay away from brown keycaps and brown polycarp. I think you're right. The brown Necocino didn't quite work, yeah. I don't like either of your choices, Jay. All 5 of them were bad? Wow, okay. It's all preference. You're the one who have to pick it, so just pick what you like. You have GSK Matsu. I do have Matsu somewhere, yeah. Sloth. I do have Sloth, but I don't think brown works with it. Like, brown just washes out the thing. The warmer yellow works better than Serica. Okay, interesting. Interesting. A red Enter Space, just thinking of the Coca-Cola colorways. Okay. Have you ever used more than one keycap set on the same keyboard at the same time? Yeah, I've quite often mixed alphas and mods from different sets. That used to be really common when there were fewer keycap sets available. Like when there was only like 10 GSK sets in the wild, people used to mix and match all the time. And over time, that has disappeared. But yeah, it's absolutely a valid choice. Excellent choices. Thank you, Gemma. I appreciate that. What would yours be, Gemma? You need to now tell me what your choices would be. What meal, film, and song would you pick? Pompeii would go hard. Yeah, but it's not ready yet, Svengali. I can't put that on it when I don't have the set. Pompeii would go hard. Yeah, Pandemonium would... Actually, do you know what? GSK Pandemonium might be the answer. Pandemonium would look so good on this. I might have to buy that. Hamon. Yeah, I tried Hamon. Hamon looked good with the dark red, but not the light red. Don't you have Burgundy? I don't. I didn't keep any Zosco. We sold them all out because so many people demanded it. I was going to keep a set and I didn't. The last thing I need is a voucher right now, but is there an active voucher right now? No, there's a free desk mat for any orders at all, whether you make a group buy order or an in-stock order. If you make an order today, Loopy Lupo, the discount is the fact that you will get a free desk mat thrown in with that order. Any order made between stream start and stream end today gets a free desk mat included with it. JCS Arabic with the red accents would look quite nice with a small bit of red and brown.
Tasty, tasty.
Alvi, thank you so much for lighting up that pink rocket ship, dude. 2 days on the trot, you've done that. Thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, so I don't have any JCS Arabic anymore because I gave it all away, but I do have GMK Arabic, which was red and beige. That would work actually. That would work really well. Perestroika, don't own it. I gave that away as well. Copper, maybe. Just stick JOG on it and call it a day. That's the default option. I want to keep you guys in it. Taro, just out of left field. I don't have. Oh, do I have Taro? I do have Taro. Yeah, we could try Taro. I actually liked a base set yesterday. Nice. GMK Mutagen on my brown mantra. Yeah, I do have Mutagen, but I think Salopian Cerakote's wife wants it off me. So yeah. Do you have GMK Demonic? No, I gave that set. I sold that set. Sorry, I didn't give this one away. I sold that set to Pokemon Kid maybe 5 years ago, and Signal as well. Are we not building this board until GMK Pandemonium is in stock? Over to Keyboard 2 again. No, we will build this today. We will build this today. 28 months, Albie. Thank you so much for that, dude. Thank you so much. Did I miss a Jelly Master? I take it and missed the build this evening? No, we haven't even started the build yet. We haven't even started the build yet. We've been streaming an hour and a half and we've not even started the keyboard build yet. Because why would we have? Purple. Interesting that you guys say purple. I think purple might work because the weight looks so good. But you can't see that when the board's built, right? Because it's going to just sit like that. Jay had some issues preventing builds. It's going to be next week. Yeah, the Kalane board is going to be next week now. Pizza. Song would be Last Hope by Paramore. Nice. A movie would be Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is such a good movie. The special effects in Jurassic Park even hold up now. Like even 30 years later, they still hold up. Really good film. Really good film. I probably know that film word for word. Midnight Rainbow. The G logo looks a bit rainbow. Yeah, I mean, I do have other options for the logo. So whatever keycap set we pick, I like this would match orangey really well, and then I have a sparkly pink one because I love pink, so that looks really nice. I have another sparkly pink one, which is kind of like a black metallic sparkle. There's like this cool. This reminds me in real life the colors are not matching the screen on this. This is actually really close to Analog Dreams. But it doesn't look like it on here, but it is, I promise. I have like a black sparkly one, and then another black sparkly one that's two-tone that depends on where you get it in the light. One light it's pink, one light it's golden. Hold on, I can't show you that on camera. There you go, it's golden there, and it's pink there. So depending on how you get it in the light, it changes from pink to, you see the pink there, gold there. So yeah, there are options for the badge. There are options, but I'm just like beige is safe, but I think Cherry Love is my favorite option so far. I think I will order a set of Cherry Love and do that. Phantom, I do have a set of Phantom. Celine could look good when it hit releases. Yeah. Still to decide on a board to put GMK Mutagen on. I've never struggled so much with a keycap set. Anything silver. Mutagen looks great on silver. GMK Slasher. Do you know I don't own Slasher? It wasn't a set that I owned. How much was this board? I can't remember, but I will sell it to you, Mr. Jehovah, after it's built if you are interested. Because if I end up moving house, which I'm hoping to do, I will need monies. Like monies will be important. So if you are interested in it, Mr. Jehovah, you can message me. I think it was about 900 quid. DCS Guardian, I guess that's just beige with extra steps. I mean, yeah, I don't own DCS Guardian. We had a customer's package went missing for DCS Guardian, and I had to give them my personal set for that. So yeah. Did I end up getting a job? I've done a little bit of contracting in the past few months, but nothing major. But I am hopeful for something that I'm talking about at the minute, which isn't a job as such, but it's work and it's something tangible. So yeah, you can call first dibs. You have first dibs. I will write in the box somewhere that you have first dibs. Surprising Cricket, yes and no is the answer to that. I hope that makes sense. Right, let's build the board and then figure out keycaps after. But I think Cherry Love is probably the right idea for this because Cherry Love is such a good set. Right, so let's take the board apart first of all. Oh, I need to put these screws somewhere safe because they are for Mr. Culane's build. So I'm just going to pop them in there. And then I know that those are safe. And we can tuck that to one side. Right, let's take the board apart. I think we need this screwdriver. So the other part of the issue with Culane's board is that it's a prototype, so all of the screws are mismatched anyway. So one of the things I am going to do after I've built it is go through every single screw and try and replace it with something that's more consistent. So yeah, what a man you are, Jay. I am barely a man. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So there are screws with washers here. I just need to be very careful because some of these screws are coming out with washers attached and some of them are not, so I'm going to have to make sure that and that's a really good thing. So if you haven't seen this before, this is like a little O-ring, camera please, on the screw, and that's just to stop the polycarbonate cracking if you over tighten the screws, which you should never do on polycarbonate, but that's a nice little touch. I like that. Big fan. You love the trinket tray. This one. I think we have one left of these in stock, but I'm not sure what colour it is. Let's have a look. See if I can find it. Oh, it's saying they're all out of stock. But I'm pretty sure we do have one downstairs. I'm not sure what colour it is, but if you are interested, Gemma, drop me a message because I think we have one of these in stock downstairs. I'm sure I've seen one on the shelf. It's saying it's out of stock, but I'm likely 99% certain that we have one. Infiltration. If Gemma doesn't take us up on it, I will let you know. But yeah. They don't selling my GAF 910? No, if you are interested, it is still for sale and it is just to the side of me here. I think at this point I've had more 910s than anyone else in the country. I think I've had something like 30 of them over the years. Yeah, the GAF 910 is a thing of beauty. Excuse the fingerprints, but yeah, the polished stainless steel on the rear. And it sounds cool too. I built this for the last London meetup. This was like my board entry with the Kipora, Parliament Kipora. But yeah, I still have the GAF 910 if you are interested, Mr. Angry Swan. You put an order in this evening. Cool. Yes, remind me after the stream, Gemma, or drop me a message to remind me after the stream, and I will see what I can do. I'm just going to take out this last screw, and then we're going to take off the weight because we need to take out the Toblerone. I've lost the rubber ring here. Someone took a banger candid of me. Oh no, I'm the least photogenic person in the world. I'm going to be mortified, I suspect, by the picture. I bet it's of me like picking my nose or something, isn't it? It was always a tempter on your list of stuff for sale. Yeah, that list got taken down after a while because I just couldn't keep up to date with it. Slightly bigger. Oh, more size. So this is where we need an odd sized one, which is probably going to be this. Nope. It's not that. What other size could it be? This. Nope. Or am I just being... No, it's definitely larger than that. Did it come with tools? No. Interesting. Okay, and it's definitely not this one. So it's some weird in-between size. Let's see if I can get this out with a torque screwdriver instead. Slightly smaller. Interesting. There we go, that'll do the job. So we just have to take this weight plate off to be able to get the screws to take the Toblerone out to get to the final screws holding the base together. Jay's made me very tempted by the Coca-Cola board. Well, you haven't heard it yet, so maybe you'll change your mind once you've heard what it sounds like at the end. I'm just going to take that piece out. A lovely blued piece of metal. Put that to one side. Precariously balance it there. Now we can take out these 4 screws, slide out the Toblerone, and then we can continue with the build. Photo of me admiring some purple potato switches is much worse than anything you may have been packed in. I don't know, I'll have a look at Albie's picture in a second. The custom Allen key from the carry case. I like to use my own tools. I will have the correct size. Possible to replace missing screws? I have butterfingers and strip times. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what you need screws for, but usually we can figure out the size for you and help you find replacements if needed. I don't need to take this out, but I am just going to... That screw looked a little bit loose. So that is the other size. And that looks a little bit loose. I'm just going to tighten that up. The screw is moving as I was moving stuff around, so I just want to make sure that they're correctly supported. Let's see if we can get the Toblerone out. And there we go. Out comes the Toblerone. And now we can get to the last screws for the case here. I believe it's brass. This is copper, but I believe this is brass. Yeah, most screws can be replaced. Like a lot of screws that were used in keyboards are just generic screw sizes, so you can often find replacements. Sometimes you have to buy them in large batches, like 1,000, but yeah, it's almost always doable. Let's just pop the feet on here before we go any further. There is a lot of spare screws as well, which is good. Colour on the weight is just stunning. No, you. I don't think there is a custom Allen key in the case anyway. I haven't seen if there is. If there is, it's hidden somewhere in the case. And I can't, like, I've stacked stuff on top of the case now, so I can't actually get to it. Come on, Beats. You need to remember to pop me an email in the morning. Is that an offer for this board? You haven't heard how it sounds yet. Number of 910s that I've had though. This is probably in my top 2. Oh no, I put the foot on wrong. It's stuck down. Hold on a second. I don't want to scratch the polycarbonate here. Come on, Jay. You've got this. Okay, so now that's done, we can tip that over, we can take the top case off, and we can put the base just to one side. Oh, I promised Pex we have the Salopian Cerakote logo here. There we go. I'll put the screws out of the way. There we go. Anyway, yeah, go check out Pex, he's good people. Right, so now we've done that, we can take the plate out of here. I'm not going to change the badge today, I'm just going to leave the badge as is. I will leave these screws just here. Always forget how much of a faff it is opening a 910. It's the same with most TGRs, like they're all constructed in the same way. It was something else, but now that you mention it. Unfortunately, I don't drink Coca-Cola, otherwise we maybe could have come to some sponsorship agreement, but yeah. The 910s are interesting to build. They're always interesting. But the process is the same as most of the Janes. Okay, so now we can take out the plate, and that means we can do the build. So we're just going to put that on there gently, just like so. And we can take the plate. This is the aluminium plate. I think I also have a polycarbonate plate. I'm probably going to build the polycarbonate plate today, actually, just because I think I prefer how they sound. We do need to put that in the board later on, which we'll get to. And of course, we've also got the sticker on the inside with the details as well. There is another sticker too, which comes. Sorry, not another sticker, another card, which comes with the reference number, which is really nice. Sponsorship would have been way above my pay grade. Ah, oh well. We're going to build with a polycarbonate plate today. And the reason for that is because I'm going to put T-Geek intros in this. Now, I did order 2 PCBs with it so that we could do multiple builds. Oh no, I didn't. Yes, I did order multiple PCBs. I also have a copper plate for it, which will look absolutely stunning actually with it. But we won't build that. We're going to build with the polycarbonate today. I'm going to put the spare PCB with the polycarbonate plate and the aluminium plate, and we'll use this PCB. And take that or that. They can go there. Not to mention finding the tool to pop the weight off this moving stick. Yeah, the ME versions, absolutely. Stratomacy was the most surprising board of the meet. That board should not sound as good as it does. As you said, it is ridiculous for the sound. It has no right to sound as good as it does. Right, first job. We need to snap off this bar here. This is just to protect the PCB in shipping. So we need to make sure it's removed. So we're going to do that gently with a pair of pliers. And we're just going to hold the bar and just gently twist at the connection points until that removes itself. Just like so. I remember the first time I ever had to do that, it was quite nerve-wracking. So now I have our PCB ready. I'm going to build this version ISO because, well, technically it's for me until someone else buys it, but it's a personal build. And I didn't get any stabilizers. Why did I not get stabilizers? Do I have a set of stabilizers here? I do have a set. We'll use these mace stabilizers. This PCB supports both, it seems. Although that looks a little bit long for 7U. Let's see, shall we? Let's see if it supports 7U. It supports 7U there, or you can put 6.25U here. So I'm going to build the 7U. I like a 7U spacebar, so that's what we're going to do today. Take the wire out of this stabilizer and this stabilizer, and then we've got our 7U wire. Keep our screws out. I'm not going to put the pads on because I don't like how they sound. We will go for full backspace, full ISO enter, and that's it. We'll split both shifts. Perfect. Just 3 stabilizers today. Nice and easy. These are in stock as well if you like the sound of these stabilizers at the end. And I think they're a $5 a packet, something like that. They're cheap. SA Retro, dude, that's a great shout. I do have a set of SA Retro. I lent it to a friend a while back, but that is a great shout. SA Retro would be a fantastic shout for this board. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take the wires out of the stabilizers. We'll reassemble the stabilizers afterwards. All nicely lubricated. But yes, this PCB does support both helps you in any way. Oh, Mr. Klein does not like that. Just gonna put a nice thin layer of BDZ on these. And then we're just gonna insert these into the housing like so. I'm gonna do the other side. None of you guys have asked any interesting questions apart from Gemma. So she's in line to win the Desmet today with the next order, which I think she should already placed. So unless one of you guys asks a better question. Are you upset because Jade's building it ISO instead of ANSI? Fancy bad. Oh, the deathmatch question was alright. It wasn't. Like, the problem is you're picking me against people I class as friends, and I don't like thinking about hurting my friends. But there's a few that I know I wouldn't struggle against. I remember when this is really, really silly, but years and years ago, there was a company in the UK called Caps Unlocked. I don't know if you guys remember that brand. But there was a rumour going around after the 2018 Birmingham meetup that Zonda of Noxery fame had knocked out the owner of beaten up the owner of Caps Unlocked, and it's like the silliest thing ever, because I like, if you ever met Zonda, he was not built for that. Let's put it that way. There was nothing to him. Okay, that I don't like that. That doesn't feel like it's going incorrect. Oh, I've got it upside down. That's why. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna have to potentially redo the other side here as well. Yeah. There we go. There we go. That's better. Assume the Antichrist exists. Whew. Okay, so you're starting off big, Rue. Starting off big. I have to make this undeniable assumption that the Antichrist exists. Okay, that's difficult to get my head around before I even read the rest of your question. Like, I have to assume that the Antichrist is gospel, is real, and is manifest. Okay, I think I can just about get my head around that. The Antichrist is gospel. Okay, is real. Okay. I think I've just about got my head around that. Just two options: Greta Thunberg or Peter Thiel. Why? Are you afraid of him or her? Yes, why, or why not? I think the obvious answer to that would be Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel, if you don't know him, he is one of the minds that pushes Elon Musk to be Elon Musk. He is an upset billionaire in the Billionaires Club doing billionaire things that none of us will ever understand or be able to even come close to understanding. I believe he is part of the problem for a lot of the things that we have going on in the world right now. So I would pick him, because I think the world would be very different today if Mr. Thiel did not exist. So yeah, I will pick him for those reasons. I think that's enough of a reason. Greta Thunberg just wants to do the right thing, I think. I don't see anything evil in that. Unless there's something hidden that I don't need. I think I need 6.25 U on the 910 so I can put right win and layer to the right of spacebar. Ah, yes, because you are not a control and caps lock user. I see, yes. Okay, so you have not become enlightened yet, Mr. Klein. I see how it is. Once you reach that level of enlightenment, you may change your mind. Yeah. The first part of that, Rue, is the hardest thing. Assume the Antichrist exists. You can never go wrong with more keys, but there's just something about using a 7U spacebar, which I've been really into using for a while now. I prefer a 7U spacebar. I think aesthetically it tends to look nicer. Bigger spacebars always look better, right, boys? Girls? People? If you could go back to university and study something again, anything, without worrying about career or employability, what would it be? History of art. I don't think that's even a question. The history of art, just like why have people made beautiful things for thousands of years, is like, you know, what did they make? How did they make it? Why did they make it? And how did that influence future generations? That is absolutely something that I would be 100% interested in, but do not have the capacity in my life right now to devote to it. So yeah, history of art, 100%. No questions. No. That's it. History of art. Tell me why that's wrong, please. But yeah, it would be. I can't think of anything else that I would want to know more about. I like nice things. I am guilty of being a fan of nice things, and I think the human race has pushed itself and pushed its boundaries for two reasons in history. One has been resources, so effectively war, and the other has been for artistic purposes, and I would love to understand more about the artistic purposes side. I just think it would be fascinating to understand the mindset of those super creative people throughout history, and how influence of those has changed over time, and like linking modern art to historic art, and being able to find the join the dots of the inspiration in between. Like, let's say you pick Banksy and, you know, I don't know, whoever in the past, Raphael. Like, can you find a path between the two that links them through some sort of inspirational piece? I think that would just be phenomenal to understand, because art is always a reflection, in my opinion. Art is always a reflection of the times it's created in, and I think there's something inherently valuable about that as well. So yeah, history of art. Greta is a friend of my friend. Nice. I don't think she's inherently evil. I like writing simple in big letters. These are the Maze stabilizers. They are in stock right now, and I think they're about $5 a pack, something like that. They're pretty cheap, but they're pretty solid as well. Like, I wouldn't use them if I didn't think that they were worthwhile using. There is no wrong answer, only Zool. How much more or less stressful is Prototypist than the job you had before it? Before I ran Prototypist, I used to think the job that I had, which was managing large-scale change and fintech, I used to think it was pretty stressful. Looking back on it, I just didn't know any different. Running your own business is inherently more stressful, because when you're working for a large corporation or a large industry, the things that keep you up at night are small, tiny little project things, and it's just work, and, you know, it'll happen or it won't happen, and if it doesn't happen, you'll write a report saying why it didn't happen, and you know, no one will ever think about it in 10 years' time. Like, it'll just be what it is, right? There's, as long as you're doing your job, there is no, you know, there's no punishment for that. When you're running your own business, and other people's livelihoods are based on your decisions, that becomes a whole different level of stress. If I didn't have staff, I'd be less stressed about running PT and Jay's Roastery and any other interests I might have. But having staff pushes on that. Shark, thank you so much for the raid, and welcome, folks. Welcome to the stream. We are building a polycarbonate 910 today, and people keep asking me philosophical questions that I am not qualified to answer.
Incredible.
And I'm fudging my way through the answers with aplomb and no idea what I'm talking about. So welcome to the stream, guys. Hey, Twogger, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Sounds like an anthropology, sociology, psychology, history PhD. Super interesting. Yeah, I think anthropology is always something that's interested me as well. But I think history of art is where I'd start with it. Like, that's where I would start to delve into how humanity has changed over time without it being a push for resources. That's the thesis I'd love to be able to write. Like, I'd love to have the knowledge to be able to write that thesis. If I could sit down and write like a dissertation on how the human race has evolved, changed, amplified, created success, capitalized on opportunity through the production of art instead of through the production of war, which is what most resource battles come down to. That's where I would like to be. That's why I would love to be in a position to be able to say I have the knowledge to write that, because I don't right now, and I have some thoughts and ideas, sure, but they mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. So that's what I'd like to be able to do. Yes, this is the Coca-Cola coloured polycarbonate 910. It's the GSK version, and I've taken the weights off the bottom, but yeah, we'll come back to more of the case in a little while. So yeah. Why does the title say JW Cloudline? Probably because I didn't up the title of the stream. I will do that right now. I have updated that. So my apologies, Niku. I apologise. Yeah, my apologies. Surprise, yeah. Going to need new feet for that PC 910 or the board will unfortunately be sitting on the weight. I haven't looked at it yet, but we have put feet on it. It'll be fine. Sadly, the vast majority of my boards don't actually get used, and once this is built, it will probably join all of the other 910s in my drawers. I have too many keyboards to be able to use them all, sadly. But we are building this with KeyGeek intro switches and maze stabilizers, and we're just about to put the switches in, and then we will be able to get to some soldering, which is always a fun part. Jay, did you buy the 007 game? No, I'm still playing a little bit of Forza when I have the time. I haven't had much time recently to play it because I've been busy with meetups yesterday and travel and a million other things. Once I have got up to a point in Forza where I'm happy and I feel like I've done the game, which will never be 100% because I'll never get to complete it, I will be picking up 007 because I am pretty hyped for that game. It looks really, really good. Actually, I can't use that now. Let's just put that. So split left shift. And we're going to go with stepped caps lock because stepped caps is best. Just beat 007, now I can get back to Forza. Nice. Yeah, I have maybe 5 or 6 hours a week I can usually game, so Forza will take me a little while to get to a level where I'm happy with it. First light is good. Yeah. Gonna head out as falling asleep into my cube like an old man. Have a great rest of the week, folks. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Gimp. Take care, man. That ISO enter stabilizer just looks like someone made a mistake. Well, we made a mistake letting a bogan like you on the stream. That's the challenge, right? Thingies, he knows I'm joking. I feel like I hope he knows I'm joking. Love the GM fork, one of the most useful things I've bought in the hobby. Yeah, I think we have more of them coming in stock soon as well. I tend not to use a plate fork if I'm building with like an aluminium plate or something, but for a polycarbonate plate, I think, or a POM plate, or a polypropylene plate, I think they're absolutely warranted. Just going to do up this side then. And of course, there's no switch swap for it, but I need to remember not to put a switch in the top corner. Okay, pop in the ISO enter now. Shark, you never did say what you were building on stream today, but I am interested, so please do share. Same as Mr. Gimp, pushed from my very busy and not so relaxing the last few days. Good luck with the rest of the build and ciao ciao. Well, take care, dude, and enjoy the rest of your trip. for Lumen TKL. Nice. Nice. Okay. Almost done with this middle row. And don't forget, we are giving away a Decimat today for the best question. Whoever answers the best question, we will ship a Decimat out. So asks the best question, not answers the best question. Asks the best question. So far, I think Gemma is winning with her question about what would be one movie, song, and food. If I could only have one of each for the rest of my life, what would it be? I think that's the best question so far. But if you guys have any better questions, please ask away and see if you can steal Gemma's crown and her free Decimat. Here's a question. What is the best color and why is it pink? Okay, so I have this thing about pink things. I like pink as a color. I have PT keycaps made in pink. I have artisans made in pink. My jacket that I was wearing at the start of the stream that I put over there is bright fuchsia. I have this thing for bright colors. Like my watch is bright orange. I don't know, I just have this thing for bright colours as accent pieces. I tend to dress quite safe and build keyboards that tend to be quite safe, or I used to, and you know, use beige and browns and all of these kind of colours, and just wear a lot of denim and that kind of stuff. But as I've got older, I have started to embrace brighter colours. This started maybe 7 or 8 years ago, probably when I turned 35, something like that. And I just think that life's too short to not wear what makes you happy, or to use the colours that make you happy, and I just love bright colours. There's something about, I've always liked a pink shirt for work, like a salmon pink or something like that, or even a baby pink, but you know, I just think there's something about pink as a colour, which is why like my play tray is pink, and this little thing over here is pink, and I have pink things here too because I just like pink. It's just such a nice thing. In fact, I like pink so much that some friends made a little Lego me for me. It's wearing a cactus. I don't know why it's wearing a cactus, but they did make a little Lego me a few years ago, and it is pink. I got this for my 40th birthday from some friends, which is really, really sweet of them. And that lives on my desk. So yeah. But why? Why is pink the best color? I think that for me, it just goes with everything. Like, it's a safe color to wear with something that's black, or you know, denim or whatever. With keyboards, it just looks nice and it's calming. It's a relaxing color. I know people go in for this whole feminine thing, and I don't believe that any color is feminine or masculine. I think that's an outdated way of looking at the world. And yeah, I think things that are pink just speak to me sometimes. I have a lot of pink watches, for example. So yeah. Do you think the hobby is growing again? I get that sense with a lot of sets being rerun by GMK and group buys doing well from what I've seen. No, Saber Class. I think it's absolutely the opposite. Still, the hobby is still shrinking. When I look at all of the group buys that we're involved with, the numbers across all of the group buys, across all of the vendors, and we see a lot of them here at PT. I mean, we've run over 1,000 group buys now, I think. The numbers are still contracting, like overall. Like, sure, individual projects might do well or better than we anticipate or whatever, but overall the numbers are contracting, and the revenue across all of that seems to be contracting. And that's not just when I look at PT's numbers for things, it's when I look at wholesales numbers for things. I think that the market is growing in lower end products like Newfie and Low-Free and Keychron. Absolutely, that will always grow because there are always people who want a $50 keyboard. When you start to look at the higher end, I think that is still contracting, certainly in the keycap space and other things. Yeah, but that's just my take on it. So your mileage may vary and you may have a different opinion. That's fine. What's the most useless superpower you'd like to have? I would like to have the superpower to be able to... What would I like the superpower for? I would like the superpower to be able to know the answer to any pub quiz that I was in. Like, if I'm in a pub quiz and I asked a question, I'm just going to know the answer. Like they say, only pub quizzes, not like in general, not like for everything, just pub quizzes. Like if I'm at the pub and a question gets asked as a part of a pub quiz, I will just know the answer. That seems like a pretty useless but cool superpower. You'd be popular among your friend group, but it's never going to affect the world, right? Uncommon bright alum colours, please. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm all about those bright colours these days. Right, okay, so we are building this with a 7U bottom row. So I'm going to go 1.5, 1, 1.5. I'm just going to get some keycaps to check that I've got that correct, because I don't think that this PCB is labelled. Is it? 1.5U. 1U. It is labelled. Let's get it correct. That's why I put that one in the wrong spot. Typical me. There we go. And then we're going to put 1.5U over here, I think. 1.5U. Yeah. There we go. Cool. So that is our PCB and plate assembly already. This is the maze stabilizers, lightly tuned with KeyGeek intro switches, which are my favorite switches right now, on a polycarbonate plate in ISO layout. And it will be time to solder this up. What would you do with your time if you could only work 18 hours per week, 36 weeks in a year, have £1,000 in disposable income per month after living expenses? What would I do with the time? I don't know. Do you know what, Rue? Do you know what? I'm the type of person that gets bored very, very quickly, very, very easily. I would tell you now that I would read more. I would play more video games. I would design more. I'd create some artwork of my own. I would work on my classic cars more. And I may do all of those things with the time. But what's really going to happen in reality, because this is how my life works, is with my ADHD, I'm going to find something new to fixate on. And that new fixation, whatever it is going to end up leading to me doing something business related in that effect. So this is what happened with the coffee and why I now roast my own coffee and have my own coffee roasting company. This is what happened to me with the keyboards and why I now have prototypist keyboards. I suspect that what would really happen is my ADHD would find some new thing to latch onto, whatever that might be. Let's say, I don't know, trading card games. And I would be suckered so far into it that I would find some opportunity to turn that into work, because I'm an idiot and I'm a workaholic, and I have no chill when it comes to stuff like that. So I suspect that that's the real truth of what would happen. As much as I'd like to say altruistic things, realistically, it's just going to be me finding more work to do. That's what it is going to be, ultimately, because that's what happens every time I have free time. It seems every time things are quiet, I find some new business opportunity to fill my time with, and that's just the way I'm wired. So I suspect that would be the answer. Okay, so we're just going to check for bent pins whilst this is warming through. So all I'm doing here is just doing a visual scan of the PCB where I put the switches in, just to make sure that all the switches have got 2 pins showing through and I haven't bent any during the installation, and that all of the switches are fully aligned into the PCB as I expect them to be. For example, this one in this bottom corner is not quite. That has fixed it. And then we're just going to solder these one by one. Right. Alan says, you inspired me, Jay, hence my love for GMK Windbreaker. I've also always just loved colours. It's one of the best feelings I've had in this hobby so far, is to be able to appreciate the colours and not be called out on it. I think I lived too much of my life worrying what other people would think about the colours of things that I chose. And when I got to about 35 or so, I just got sick of that. And I would wear the pink shirt to work, and I'd wear it proudly, and then I would wear the orange watch or the pink watch or whatever. And it's the same for keyboards. Like, I built a lot of my early keyboards in safe colors. I picked the black case, and I'd put the the beige keycaps on, or the white on black keycaps on, and that's fine. It's beautiful, it's lovely, it's not bad. But my heart lies in the bright colors, like the panels that you can see at the side on the Cray 65, the red keyboard. Picking this with the soda colorway and the bright badges, sets like Windbreaker. I was really happy when I approached Parade and said, can we do Windbreaker and GMK? And he was like, yeah, of course we can, let's do it. Because colors like that, we don't get to see them often enough in the real world. And everyone plays safe. No one buys the weird colored car. Like, I have a bright orange car. I painted it myself. It's bright orange. It's one of the classics I have. And I think far too many people have this idea that being yourself is a bad thing, especially of my generation. I think for younger generations it might be a little bit easier, maybe not totally, but a little bit. And there was this expectation that you would just be, stay in your lane and do what was expected of you, and play it safe constantly with colors and how you dress. Like, you would wear black pants and a white shirt or a blue shirt to work, and that was just the done thing. You wouldn't get any tattoos. You wouldn't modify your body in ways that you liked, because that would not be the status quo. And I life is too short for that. Just be who you want to be and live how you want to be. I'm covered in tattoos now because I love them. Other people might not like them. That's fine. I don't care if you like my tattoos or not. I like them, and that's all that matters. And if I don't like them, well, that's on me. It's my fault for getting them. And same with the colors of clothing that I pick. Like my jacket is bright pink that I had on earlier on today. It's my choice, and I'm happy wearing it. I feel great wearing that jacket. Like, I feel put together and assembled, and I feel like me. And I'm not going to let people take that away from me anymore. I think a lot of my historic work colleagues and bosses were very surprised if I wore green chinos, like olive drab chinos instead of tan ones for work at times. And it's like, well, why should I? I'll wear whatever the hell I want now, and I'll be whoever I want to be. And if that means wearing the bright orange watch or the bright pink jacket, so be it. There are so many group buys at the same time. Yeah, okay, so the hobby's in a position where all of the group buys, not all of them, a lot of them are scraping through MOQ, and a lot of them are getting bought out by vendors. And that's not really good for the hobby compared to where we were back in COVID, when there were 60 sets running every month and all of them were smashing MOQ. There will be a lot of projects in the near future that stop hitting MOQs, or that vendors choose not to buy out because it's cheaper to do the refunds. And that's a sad state when we hit that point. But it is coming. People tell me that I'm wrong all the time on this, but the proof will be in the pudding. And anecdotal evidence from what people think the sales numbers look like, and they say, oh yeah, but this set sold 150 from GMK. So yeah, but the 150 is, in real manufacturing terms, 150 worldwide is nothing. That's incredibly exclusive and limited edition. Like, it's just such small numbers now. And some sets are smashing it, like DCS Grass Valley did twice the numbers I thought it would do. But realistically, if you went to like a big company and said, oh, could you produce this for us? Do you want to stock this? And they're like, how many are you making? Like, 150. They go, no, that's like tiny MOQs. It's nothing in the grand scheme of things. It's the hobby isn't in a massively cash rich status right now, and this seems to be worldwide. Like, our sales to international countries have dropped by about 25% year on year. Some of that's due to US tariffs, some of it's due to the change in products that are available, some of it's just due to the economy and the fact that people don't have as much money to spend, or they'd rather spend it on different things. So yeah. But I will say that the information that I have access to and the data points that I have are thousands of times greater than any single individual in the hobby seems to have. So I like to think there is some rationale for my statements when I make these statements, rather than the general aura, which you can't put a metric on, of how people think the hobby's being. But yeah, probably just observe a bias based on what I've seen. Yeah, maybe. I don't think the hobby's in an unhealthy position. Please don't mistake it for what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's not as healthy as it could be, or should be, or as healthy as I'd like it to be. Just one of those things. I'd like to think that back during the COVID times, DCS Grass Valley, we would have sold 150 MOQ just here at PT. That's the kind of difference we're at. I think COVID was a bubble for a lot of indoor hobbies as well. So yeah, to be fair. If you're in Jellymaster has a great question here. He says, if you're in Brewster's millionaire scenario, i.e. you had to spend £10 million in 30 days to inherit 100 million, but you can't own anything at the end of the 30 days that money has purchased, and you can't give more than 10% away. Is there a question there? There's no. I assume you're putting me in that scenario. So the scenario is I'm in Brewster's Millions, and I have to spend 10 million in 30 days. How would I do it? And I can only give certain percentages away. I would buy heavily into meme stocks and watch the money disappear. That's one way of doing it. You could buy a lot of. It depends on what the terms around giving away are, because you could like go and feed a lot of homeless people for that money. Now, if that classes as giving it away because I bought food for homeless people, then so be it. But I think I could do a lot of good buying food for homeless people, beds for homeless people, that kind of stuff. You know, setting up some sort of living space for people. That 10 mil would go a long way to do that, especially in cities where homelessness is rife and things like that. I don't think anyone should not be able to have a roof over their head. I mean, you know, penny stocks would be another option. You wouldn't technically own anything if you went into a load of penny stocks, because they'd probably be worth less than you paid for them. Buying things that have massive commissions attached to them is probably another way of doing it, because then, you know, people can do things like that. I mean, you could buy a lot of stuff and burn it. That's another option. Probably not great for the environment, but you could do that. Invest in some opportunity that's about to go bankrupt would be the best choice, I think. This is the age for more Vonnet sets. Can't wait for MT New Divina Papaya to come in. Yes, I'm absolutely amazed. We're doing a UK ISO kit for it. So unfortunately, this is like I hoped Divina Papaya was going to be able to hit MOQ naturally in terms of just sales here in the UK, so that I could justify buying out the MOQ, which is 150 for the UK ISO only kits. Sadly, we didn't, but I still had to buy out the UK ISO kits for both the MT New and the CYL. So I have to buy 150 MT New ISO UK kits and 150 CYL ISO UK kits, even though we sold nowhere near that many base kits. So yeah, that is a challenge I'm facing into. What am I going to do with all of these child kits? But yeah, the MT New Divina Papaya will be great. Pepper Bait and Divina Papaya are two of my favourite sets, with Windbreaker as well at the third. My car is racing blue, but even that seems to stand out. Yeah, so I have a few classic cars. I do have one that's a bright blue colour, which is very different to anything else on the road. I have one that's like an olive green drab colour, which is really, really nice too. And then I have a bright orange car as well, which is my Datsun, or one of my Datsuns, that I painted myself. And it's like a bright metallic orange. It's lovely. It's really nice. 60? 60 what? Wait, what? 60 what, Mr. Reed? I had a Peridot green Cayman a lifetime ago, not meant as a flex. My life is different now, but the shit I got for that car because it wasn't white black. Yeah, I mean, like, I would never give people crap for owning a different color car. I think color is important, and it shouldn't be trivialized. Like, color should be celebrated. We should be celebrating the bright things, you know? Like, it's just different and unusual, and it shouldn't be. It should be absolutely normal for you to be able to have you know, brightly coloured things. I love colour. Colour is amazing. Colour stops the world being boring. You know, if you looked at the hills and the hills were just, you know, just drab and not bright shades of green, yellow flowers and blue flowers, and, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in touch with reality anymore. I don't know. Who knows? Okay, soldering is done. How's pushing on that looking? Yeah, it's looking. It looks fantastic, but it's doing okay. Yeah. That has a lot to do with world economies. I don't disagree. Yeah. Oh, you mean the 60 month? Yeah, the group buys 80-month wait time. I mean, some of them were faster, some of them were slower. But yeah, there we go. All soldered up. ISO UK layout. Right, let's get this in the top case, and then we can put the JST cable in the bottom case. So flip this over, drop this into the case, make sure it all lines correctly. I'm going to screw it back. Oracles, mine included, are most often projection. Yeah, I mean, they are. I had a really good chat with Neodoid yesterday about Aura. It was fun. I really believe we are moving the world to a place where people can feel more comfortable in their own skin. Life is far too short to always mold yourself to others' wants of you. I'm so glad a lot of my tattoos are in colour and bright. Not everything needs to be grey forever. Rock those bright colours, whatever floats your boat. Thank you. I 100% agree with your sentiment. I think more people should celebrate being themselves, and I'm a terrible role model for this because I don't do it often enough myself. But I don't think I'd be a good role model for anyone about anything anyway. But that aside, I just adore bright colours and being able to be myself, and I would hate for anyone to try and take that away from me. That screw just does not want to go in. Let's do another screw and then come back to that one. Yeah, okay. That one is just being a little bit of a pain. I suspect we just need a couple of others seated to make it work. So because this is going into polycarbonate, I'm not going too tight on the screws. I'm just doing them finger tight and then a quarter turn more. The last thing I want to do is crack the polycarbonate. So I'm just being very, very gentle with it. Seem to have got rid of OBS. There it is. On that point, Jay, is what you're saying about the hobby related to what's happening with QK and Neo? QK and Neo, it's kind of an interesting, like, we keep having conversations with them about what products we can offer, but since the company's changed styles and tacts, it's a little bit more difficult to understand where they're going so that we can offer the products anymore. I think we'll figure it out in the next couple of months with them. It's just been a slow process, but they've made some interesting decisions, to say the least. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I mean, all the companies can only make the decisions that they can make, right? It's difficult to say how that's going to be. Why am I not getting any music? Can you guys still hear the music? Why am I not hearing any audio anymore? Okay, it's back. Basis surpassed MOQ. All child kits are 50 to 60% now as a less official update. Okay, cool, nice. I thought you were through buys the days of buying out MOQ and international kits. Yeah, I only did it for Divina Papaya because I really love the colorway. It was a silly choice to make. Like, it's going to cost PT tens of thousands of pounds to do it, and that's money that we can't invest in other projects, which is sad. But you know, sometimes you have to make a stand for the things that you care about. Okay, time to put the daughter board in and screw this down. I think we're going to have to take out this weight, so I'm just going to do that now. Just a slightly larger screwdriver. 60 sets a month during the peak of the hobby. I think that the largest month we ever saw had 60 group buys, yeah. But that was back during COVID times. It was a different time though. Could you get them Cerakoted or something and make a one-of-one keycap set, excluding the mod keys, sadly? You can get anything Cerakoted, yeah. I don't know what specifically you're talking about. Hey man, good to see you, dude. Thanks very much for being here. It's fine, just send it. Sure. Stream hasn't crashed this week. Yeah, I think we've had 4 streams on the trot now without it cutting out, which is good. Now I've said that it is going to cut out, of course, but you know, we can only do what we can do. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the daughter board in here, and then we'll screw it down. And it's going to sit just there. Perfect. Is that right? Yeah. It just felt a little bit wrong there for a second, but it is correct. Just going to screw this down. And again, just going gently into the polycarbonate. I don't want to break anything. I don't want to strip any threads in the milled polycarbonate. So we're just going in really, really gently. Just snug down and then a quarter turn more just to make sure it's tight and it's not going to come and work its way loose. Just like so. And then last one, and then we can put the weight back on. Okay, so now we're just going to run the cable gently into its channel here, and we're going to tuck the connector, the JST connector through. And we're going to take the weight. We're just going to pop that back into position, drop it down, and screw it. The stream has not crashed since you fixed it, Eamon. No. It's more like Mudsack. You can hear it. Nice. I wish there were Davina or Heck windbreaker desk mats, but that's asking a bit too much. I think you want a plainer desk mat with something with bright colours. That's why I like this beige desk mat with the bright coloured boards. Where did the screen go? There it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we've done that, we can connect the daughterboard and PCB together. I'm going to undo this. Let's do this the right way, Jay. I'm just going to undo this, disconnect the cable, long screwdriver, disconnect the cable, connect the top case, then feed the cable through, and then plug it into the... Do it the right way around. I don't know why I did this the wrong way around. I knew as I was doing it that I should have done it the other way. Thanks, Eamon. You were a huge help diagnosing the issues. If anyone wants to swap countries for a few months, it's too damn hot here, so I'm up for anything. Take a trip to Iceland. Like, Iceland was one of the few countries that I've gone to that I feel like I could live in. I thoroughly enjoyed my time there, and I can't wait to go back. It's over a year since we went now, and I wish we could spend more time there. I've told my wife I want to go back, and she for once agrees. Usually she's like, no, let's try somewhere new, but she is also in agreement that Iceland is somewhere that we should go back to. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I have connected the JST cable, and then I'm threading the JST cable through so that I have a much easier time assembling the base of the keyboard, like so. So now I'm going to put the screws back in to hold the top case and bottom case together, and then we will do the daughterboard. What was the issue with the stream in the end? I can't remember exactly what the issue was, but we just tried a few settings each week until something resolved it. But I actually think it might have been just a Twitch issue that resolved over time, and it just happened to coincide with some of our changes. I'm using Milky Way Unmanned Playground desk mat. Unexpectedly works. That's a lovely desk mat, though. It's a beautiful desk mat. Good choice. Good choice. Can you actually see the stars in Iceland? Absolutely see the stars in Iceland. Yeah, the skies are incredible in Iceland. One of the best reasons to go is so you can see the stars and the northern lights. Like it's just phenomenal. It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been as well. Even Icelandic people thought I was crazy because I would sit outside in my RV in shorts in minus 15 degrees weather. I wasn't quite that crazy, but I am absolutely all there for the cold weather. I'm not a hot weather enabled man. $15 degrees is shorts weather here, man. Yeah, 15 degrees is okay for shorts, not minus 15. Like shorts are okay, 15 degrees and up, I think. maybe at 10 degrees if you're doing exercise, but not minus 15. Minus 15 is absolutely making sure you've got sweaters on. Okay, so now we've done that. Now we're going to do the daughter board, and this is going to be much easier to plug together this way because we're going to just go like that, and then we're going to tuck that into there. Then we're going to screw this down for the second time. Just like so. Anything is better than the 40 degrees C that hit us today. Dude, I know roughly where you are in the world. That just sounds insane. I don't think I could cope with that kind of heat. It would be too much. Okay, now that's that installed. Let's just try and tuck this cable into position a little bit better. Drop the weight back in. Oh no, that's popped out. Just going to try and gently push the flat end of the screwdriver, this cable in here, just like so. Typical. It's popped out again straight away. You know you can lay flat. Just took some finagling and now we're good. Now we can screw on the copper weight. If you had to associate different regions with a coffee and keyboard combo, what would it be? What do you mean by regions? Are we speaking specifically UK here, or are we talking about worldwide regions like continents or something like that? Please clarify, and I will do my best to come up with some sort of random answer. Not a minus 15. I have winterized shorts. Got friends committed to perma shorts life, but I ain't committed to that. Yeah, I'm not sure I could do perma shorts. Although when I saw you in Germany, which was a very hot day, Tangus, you were wearing jeans, I'm sure of it. Do you have any news about the HMX egg yolk switches? Will you be stocking them? No, I'm aware of them. I'm waiting for some samples. I will only stock switches that I think are good enough for us to stock on the website. I won't ever stock switches that I don't personally agree with. So yeah, I have to think the switch is worthwhile selling. I'm not just the type of person that will stock every switch under the sun just because, you know, some people may or may not like it. I will only stock switches that I think have value. Have I? Slightly frustratingly, I put this weight in the wrong way around. It goes that way. Annoying. I should have looked at that better. Do UK? Okay, UK areas. I think, like, let's split it into north and south. I think the south is, you know, London areas are pretty pretentious here in the UK. I think they're going to be, you know, I guess they'd have to be the hipster vibe. So it's going to be something like drinking a pour over coffee with a weird 40% layout. That's what it's going to be. Up north, we're a bit more sensible. It's going to be a standard espresso drink, but it's going to be with a TKL. That's what I think. Yeah, this board is super pretty, and I'm all here for it. Just gonna grab a different screwdriver. How about Northern Ireland? Northern Ireland would be... Northern Ireland wouldn't do the coffee. Northern Ireland would do the... I'm trying to get myself into trouble here, I'm sure I am. Northern Ireland would do a hot chocolate, and they'd play it safe with an anti 65%. But here we go. Here's the board. This is now all assembled. Look at this TGR goodness. Look how pretty that is. Super pretty. In this Coke can colorway with the badge up at the top. This is absolutely stunning. Right, next job is to put some keycaps on the board, which means that you guys now get to pick the keycaps. Now, I did give you guys some choices earlier on. I don't think any of them really worked, but I'm going to buy myself off the website tonight a set of Cherry Love, and I think Cherry Love will look really nice on this. But I will let you guys pick from 4 keycap sets. I will let you guys pick from GMK Hamon, and I'll put a poll up in a second so you guys can pick. But you can pick from GMK Hamon, you can pick GMK Serica, you can pick Classic Beige, although I don't think that has UK, so but we'll figure it out. Or you can pick KCH Necocino. Let's get a poll up. Cool. Okay, so that poll is now live and running. So you guys can pick one of those keycap sets in chat, in the poll. So let me know what you guys would like to see on the board. Which of those would you pick? I think ultimately GMK Cherry Love is going to live on this, so feel free. I haven't bought the Cherry Love set yet, so I'm not going to just go and take it out of the store in case we've run out over the weekend. In case it's been bought out, I don't want to go and pick one up off the shelf and open it and then figure out that I've got to refund a customer because I've taken the last one of stock, even though they've already bought it. So yeah, feel free to get your votes in and show me what you'd like to see on the board. Beige is a safe option if you guys are feeling particularly safe, but anything else should pretty much work as well. Beautiful. It is really nice. Can I ask for the opposite recommendation? I have the Alex Soto's Granites. Any specific keyboard plate that they go best in? I really like them on an aluminium plate, Eamon. I hope that helps. Northern Ireland would do Bovril. Yeah, I just wanted to upset you, Reed. But yeah, the split down the middle, the Haverworks board, yeah. It's beautiful. Hear me out, Beige. Beige will work, Tangus. I know it's a safe option. We just talked about why bright colours are great and why bright colours should be the future. Maybe live a lot. Red on Hamon was too tight. It was, but it gives us a good idea what Cherry Love's going to look like, right? Necocino has orange. Of course, I'm voting that. Yeah, orange is good. Orange is also a great colorway, as you can see on my watch. Is there a Jay goes home to bed and finishes another day? No, I've got 50 minutes. When the light goes out, that's my home time. When this light turns off up here, that's my home time. Because I have to drive home after the stream. Because I'm like 15 minutes away from home here. So yeah, I am aware that I have travel time yet, but we're okay for 15 minutes. I have them in a TGR me with another plate. Dude, I bet that sounds amazing. Dangerous to go two-tone. It's fine. We can change keycaps. Like, this isn't necessarily going to be like a permanent. What do I do with the boards that I've built on stream? This is what I do with the boards I've built on stream. This goes on. This goes all the way down to the floor. But every drawer is like this. And outside of that, there are also a ton of keyboards on the top here that you can see. And then over on my desk, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can see 8 keyboards, and I also have a jacket laid on the table as well. So like, I also have a keyboard here. I also have a keyboard here. I also have a keyboard there. There's a couple under here, and then right around the other side of the room that you can't see, there is a lot more keyboards as well. Hold on, let me see if I can spin the camera.
Incredible.
Let me see if I can show you the rest of the room. So the camera is going to do a spin because it's on a gimbal. Let me see what I can show you. Is it this way? No, wrong way. This way. So let's show you the rest of the room. That's the keycap wall. And I apologize because the room's a mess. So you can see a keyboard on the end, where just there. You can see it on the end of the table, above those red switches. And there's another couple of keyboards in that pile. And as we pan round, you're going to see the back of my monitor here. So you can see where my jacket is. That's covering a couple of keyboards as well. But then there's more keyboards on the table. Oh, it's going to focus on the arm, but there is more keyboards on that table in the background. And then behind the screen, oh, it's not going to show this way. Maybe if I go all the way around and go the other way, you'll see some more. But yeah, there is a lot of keyboards on that table. 3D printers in the background. The keycap wall is there. You'll see the keyboards behind me again in a second. Let's see how far the camera will go around the other way. That window leads out to the PT workshop. You see the back of my PC. You see the workshop shelves there with some of our stock on. And oh yeah, okay, so you're starting to see the top of the pile here. So you're seeing keyboard cases that are 4 feet off the floor stacked up, and there's 2 piles there, and it can only show you 2 piles. That's as far as the gimbal goes, unfortunately. But there is maybe another 300 keyboards on the far side of the PC behind this desk. And then there is a load downstairs in the actual workshop. There is maybe another 350, 400 keyboards from my personal collection, something like that. There is a lot. There is a lot. I thought I topped out about 400, but I think realistically it's probably closer to 600. Beige is 1. Boring, guys. Boring. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that at all. I'm not happy with that. I am disappointed in chat. Disappointed in chat. Switching to mobile while you get ready for bed. Nice. No points left. That's alright. You don't have to spend the points. Ever thought about selling them? I will sell some at some point. I'm hoping to move house soon, so I will need to sell a lot of my personal collection just to move house, because moving house is expensive. And we are moving commercial spaces as well here at PT. So when that happens, there might be some changes that need to happen as well. So we will see. We will see. But yeah, there is a good chance. I'm advertising sloping Cerakote today, UK Cerakotes, because they're great. And I messed them around today, so I apologise. Put some in drawers and then eventually sells them to crazy people. Yeah, maybe. Thanks for the recommendation. You are welcome, dude. You are absolutely welcome. I'm going to go with the... do you know what? I'm going to use this as an escape key. I know it's not an escape key, but I like it, so I'm going to use it as the escape key, just because I think it's fun. You guys can agree or disagree with me. And I'll tell you what you want. Super fun R5 Windows key. That's 100% going on here. Oh, no. Do you know what I'm going to do? We're going to use these Vint keys with this. We are going to use the wonderful 1.5U stepped control. I've been looking for a reason to use these. We are going to use the stepped control for here. We are going to use the Alt GR for here. And we're going to use the Alt for here. Yes. perfection, which means actually we need to use an R4 keycap for that. So I'm not going to use that now. I'm going to probably use the R4 FN for that. Yes, I've been waiting for a reason to use those. Rocking Windbreaker on mine looks fab. Windbreaker is a great set. Jay needs to wall-to-wall pegboard to show these boards off, not leave them languishing in the dark. I know. I have too many keyboards that not enough people get to see, and it does make me sad. $213 rigged votes, approximately 600. I think it's something like that. Like I started counting, and I shouldn't have started counting the other day because it was far too many. Bay should never win on stream. Maybe not. Maybe not. It wins often in real life though, so it's okay. It's okay. We know this is going to look nice. I'm hoping this has actually got ISO compatibility. It does. There we go. We're okay. We're safe. It might not have UK ISO, but it will have ISO compatibility. Yes, there we go. That might mean I need to use different page up, page down buttons here. We'll figure that out in a second. We'll figure it out in a second. Do you know what? Yeah, I'll keep some options open for that because I'm not sure what compatibility off the top of my head this keycap set has. I'm just going to keep any R4 key that I find that we might want to use over there. Oops. I do love these Windows keys though. Windows keys, my beloved. But it's worth it to have these stepped keys because they look cool as hell. People have spoken. The people are allowed to be wrong. They reserve the right to be wrong. I guess they do. I'm not sure what we're doing in this area yet. I haven't decided. So I forgot this has got windowed caps lock as well. It's a beautiful key. PT new location secured? Not yet. I'm still waiting for some contractual stuff to go through, but we are a step closer every day. We're a step closer every day. We will make it one day. Where I find that this doesn't even have terminal ISO, and I have to go and find some beige UK ISO keys just to make it work, which would not be the first time. I have had people threaten to not watch the stream if I build things in ISO before, and I don't understand why. Like, ISO is just nice. It's not harmful. It's comfortable. Oh, I should have put that cherry keycap on. I know I like the windowed one, but there's no LED there, so let's put the actual cherry keycap on. There we go. Do you think if you put all your own keycap sets in the bathtub, they'd make it overflow? Maybe. I have enough keycaps in the workshop to do that a few times over. I have somewhere in the region of about 1 million by rough approximate weight keycaps that are vintage DCS that I need to sort through at some point. They're literally in carrier bags. So yeah, maybe at some point I'll get through those. I haven't not found any of the ISO keys yet, which is slightly worrying. We just not hit those keys yet? Oh, here we go. There it is. I was starting to get a little bit nervous there that we hadn't hit the right keys. It's just because we've not got to them. It is literally just that. Right, okay, what are we going to do here? We need another 3-page, our 2 page up. And we're doing our 3-page down. What am I going to put for R4? Do you know what? I put the FN here. I think I'm just going to put end there. Like, I think that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's okay. It just needs to match. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. Step to mods. Let's go. Absolutely. There is colour. You should get your points back. Your chose beige. Beige is lovely, but sometimes the keycap choice was calculated so you could use a step control and alts. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Future J, make sure you update the label on the keycap tab when you remove those so you know where the bottom row step mods are stored. It will all be put back later on. So yeah. What switches are you using for this build? These are KeyGeek intro switches. I've just discovered the cursed Neo Ergo layout after someone mentioning it in Brazil. I'm actually kind of excited for it now. Fair. I've never seen step bottom row. Nice. Yeah, these are in stock, I think. You can still buy these, the GMK keycaps, but they're stepped bottom row mods. They're just super cool and super fun. And of course, no one uses caps lock, so it should always be control. You still need to let me know if you're coming over tomorrow. Wait, what? Oh, okay. No, not a question for me. Do you think you would use ISO if you'd been born in an ANSI country and still live there? No, I'd use ANSI. Like, I use ISO because I was born here, and you know, it's fine. Win keys over super code sys any day of the week. Yeah, I really like the Windows keys. Obviously not if you're a Mac user. I know you mentioned that, but yeah, that's why I put them in the JRG keycap set that I designed. That's a wild threat. Wait, what was the threat? What did I threat something last time? I can't remember. I don't remember making a threat. Good thing about UK ISO is that you at least use semi-icon ISO. Well, it depends on the set. Would you rather be able to visit and experience a point in the past without disrupting the present, or a point in the future? The future, 100%. The past has already been gone, can't be changed. I'd definitely go for the future. How's the post meetup sads? I'm doing alright, dude. I hope you're doing well as well. I saw some of your pictures recently, and I look like you're having a great time. Tanga says, I'm just an enterprising entrepreneur looking for opportunities in a rapidly shifting market. You missed the synergy points. We talked about this earlier on. You need to talk about synergies. Talk about synergies. Hi Jay, hope business is going well. Drew, hey man, good to see you, dude. If you buy from the store, it will be. That bottom row on the key build, it's making my eyes itch. Really? Do you not like those stepped mods? I think they're super cool. Super vintage. I think they look beautiful. But you don't have to like it. It's not your board, it's mine. But I think I am going to put GMK Cherry Love on this. I prefer ANSI at this point, to the point of me even using US International all my ISO boards, but those Vints better be DK ISO. I would have swapped if ANSI initial kits were available back in the day. Fair. TT was great minus rain. Heard that the Ulster Grand Prix is coming back next year and it's even more insane, so I'm down for that. Dude, that sounds good. When I mentioned the past, I was thinking more like Italy during the Renaissance period, where they'd have all the artwork and design. I mean, that's fine, and it's good, but I feel like if I went back to the past, I'd have dysentery very, very quickly. Like, I don't think I would be able to eat or drink anything in the past. I'd be worried about that. And any small cut infection, I'd be worried about that too. I missed your comment. I try to get every comment, but I don't get them all. I apologize. If I've missed it and it's ages ago, you might have to repost it. I can't see it. Would love to buy, but I'm in the US. We ship worldwide, Drew. We ship worldwide. We ship worldwide. And tariffs have recently reduced from 25% to 10 as well, which is good. Most people are living dog shit lives. Yeah, the past is probably very smelly, very uncomfortable, and a lot of body odor at best. Only the brilliant lives get presented. Yeah. The Decimat is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. The Decimat's cool, right? We're doing a pink version of this. There is a pink version of this coming. Right, anyway, should we see how this board sounds before I have to end the stream? Because the light behind me is going to go off in a second, which does dictate its home time, because otherwise I'd stay here all night streaming. But let's give it a sound test, see how it is. So just for reference, this is the polycarbonate TGR 910 GSK edition with KeyGeek intro switches, maze stabilizers, and GMK classic beige keycaps. Oh, there's the light going off. Oh my god. Holy shit. That sounds so fucking good. Dude. I know the switches are doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Like the KeyGeek intros are just like chef's kiss, but holy fuck. I don't think I put these switches in a board and it sound bad. They just sound so good. This, but with that copper plate would sound interesting. Yeah, I do have a copper plate build for it. But Jehovah, if you're interested, you know where I am. Your reaction, nice. Sorry, I apologize. I have a potty mouth sometimes. I apologize. Goosebumps, yeah. Nice contrast between Space Bar and the Alphas. I think this just needs a tiny bit of tuning, a little bit more a grease on the stabilizer. But it sounds great, but yeah, it just needs a little bit more lubricant on there, which we can do quite easy. Pink Busy Sound in Amsterdam. Tag us with the jokes. 2 drums and a cymbal fall off a cliff. Right. Yeah, sorry Eisenheim, I didn't get a chance to update the build stream today. We had to pivot last minute. But it's a Coca-Cola Colorway TGR 910, the GSK edition, with GMK Classic Beige and KeyGeek intro switches on a polycarbonate plate with maze stabilizers. Yeah, actual build. No need to apologize. I'm sure we all enjoy things like that. Yeah, it sounds so good. Real build. Can you show the little tigers? The little tigers? Do you want to see the base? Is this what you mean? Super, super cute. What a great keyboard. What a great keyboard. It's super cool, right? Look at the badge as well. The badge just works right. And I have all these other badges that we can put in it too. I know I showed you these earlier on, but look how cool these are. These are just so nice. I will go home in a minute. I will. Because I've got like a 20-minute drive to get home. It's 11 PM already. And I have to be back here at like 7 AM. But like these are the logo I've got upside down. It's like we've got like black with chunky sparkles in, which is just really, really nice. And then there's this one, which goes from gold to like a pink. If I can get that, you can see it's pink now with the light. Like depending on how the light hits it, it changes color, which is super cool. And then pink is my favorite color, so we've got like a pink sparkly one as well with like chunky sparkles in. And then this one matches Analog Dreams really well. The camera does not pick up the colors right on this at all, but it's very close to Analog Dreams, but a touch brighter. but again with sparkles in. Another pink sparkly one because I like pink. This has got black sparkles in it, super nice. And then the one to match GMK orangey with chunky sparkles in as well. So they're super cool. Yeah, I have no idea what's going to finally end up on the board. I think it's going to be Cherry Love. I'm going to try that, and maybe this one will work really nicely with Cherry Love. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, the board has options. The board has options. You know where the storefront is, Tangus. If you want to buy some intros, they are in stock right now, ready to ship. And if you order while the stream is live, you'll get a free desk mat in your order as well. So there you go. Yeah, you can swap them. Yeah, the light trigger does not work. Morgan Freeman narrator voice. See, the only light you can trigger right now is that one, the pink rocket ship. But you have to subscribe to trigger that one. That's how you trigger that light. But the other light is now off because it's only on when I'm allowed to be in the office. That light trigger does not work. I can't do a Morgan Freeman voice. Did you buy all the badges or get them free? I bought them. Free pink Busy Town when. I tell you what, Tangus, you can have a Busy Town desk mat if you come to the PT workshop. I've got to get you in the UK. Right. It's time for me to end the stream. Thank you so much for watching. I would raid someone, but it's really late and I need to get gone. Like, I need to be in the car within like 5 minutes from now. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm sorry we didn't get to build the keyboard I originally planned. This one came out super, super great anyway. I hope you all have a really, really good rest of your weekend. I will see you again on stream, probably on Thursday. If not, I'll see you next week on stream. But please come and check out the Discord. Drop a message on Instagram. Watch the Insta stories because we post all the stuff that we do on there. Watch out for announcements, Discord stuff, pings. Yeah, do all the things. I'll see you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.